Hello everyone, we are the Ordeals of Livistio, for I am having an ordeal right now, and it's the fact that I'm not playing D&D with my good pals here on the Ordeals of Livistio, John Dungeon Master channel. Hello, facilitators.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
We're
Hi.
here to facilitate.
I'm doing good, John. How are you?
Great, Brad. Thanks for asking. Oh, guys, it's been a hell of a week for me. I just want to go around the table real quick and see how everyone's week has been. Let's start with Henrietta. Henrietta, how's your week's been?
It's been pretty good. A lot of homework. And school's ending. I work at a school and I'm also going to school, so it's very it's a busy time.
I'm empathetic to your situation. But Greg, how are you, man? How's your week been?
My week's been pretty good. I've had a little bit of the sniffles, but hopped up on Dayquil, so feeling good. Took the day off work on Friday, leading into Memorial Day weekend. So I've been having a lot of honestly, I would say I've been doing a lot of relaxing, but what I've really been doing is a lot of gaming, and sometimes that's not relaxing.
You know, sometimes it's not. I know that Hearthstone can be stressful. Jeff, how about you, though? I hope your week's not been too stressful.
What?
How's your week been, dude?
What did... Oh, well, it was pretty good. You know, just work as always. Keep on trying to create new things also for my stream and the many campaigns that I'm trying to write. But yeah, soon I'll be full in a vacation holiday. We'll say that holiday.
Okay. Very cool. Brad, how about you?
At the moment.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I moved on to.
No, I was doing.
Your life
I was just doing a
doesn't
bit.
matter.
I was just doing a bit. At the moment, I'm just waiting for the Red Bull to kick in. So, yeah.
Okay.
If I'm a bit slow at the beginning, it's alright.
I'll wait for the caffeine just for you. I'll stay here, silent, for 20 minutes if I have to.
Jesus Christ.
Red, how are you?
Doing pretty good. The opposite of 10, I'm finally done with school. And I don't have to work at a school until next year. So, you know, we're all having a blast of... I now have to just work more shifts. So I can pay for college.
I get you, man.
Good luck.
It's always so fun.
The biggest of good lucks. Corin!
You go.
Happy birthday!
Sure. You're
Oh,
2
happy
days
birthday.
Late, but
Happy birthday.
yeah, my birthday was on Friday. I had a pretty chill time. Didn't really
Nice.
do anything too crazy, but yeah, just chilled out. Took the day off work.
Wow.
Played video games. You know.
Yeah. Always good times. And finally, Rube, how are you, man?
I'm fantastic. Had a great week.
Anything?
Nice.
Just worked,
Just
played
that's it.
video games.
Okay.
I went to a lavender farm event last night.
Oh,
Nice.
What was that about?
that probably smelled really nice.
It smelled amazing. There was llamas. It was awesome.
Jeez. I'm jealous.
I know. It's
Llama
Jeff's like,
lavender.
where the fuck do you live? I live in the farm country.
Well, okay. Everyone, thank you all so much for telling me about your weeks. But what happened last week when we were playing Dungeons and Dragons? We had a person absent, so now we're gonna test their ability of, well, viewing the VOD. Henrietta, what happened last week?
Yes. Well, everyone did drugs without me. First of all, which is very rude.
Unfortunate.
There was communion with Bear Mommy, who lives up to the hype. Really sad I missed, my opportunity to make the teat joke directly to her face. And see how that went. There was the meeting with the guy on the bridge, and he was less impressive than we all thought he would be. And then there was some mad scientist moments where Snefru and Dizem made a cursed sword, even though they kind of weren't supposed to. just to make the sword seem cursed, and then they made an actual
Yes.
cursed sword that I think
Don't
was
get it
found in a bog, if I remember correctly, or did you guys just grab a random one? That
I think it was
I'm
dipped
We
in
planted
a
the
bog.
sword in the bog to find it.
dipped in the bog.
Bog dip blade.
It's not
nice
dipped in the
bog
bog.
smell on there, yeah. And then more drugs were taken.
Yeah.
And I think we left it off with we're going to give a fake cursed sword to this guy.
It's a real cursed sword.
Yeah.
Sorry, a real
So,
fake cursed sword that they're pretending is
Real fake doors.
Grandpa's
There's
sword.
my blood in there. You
but
better be sure it's a real
definitely
one.
is not Grandpa's sword, which we did find out is probably not actually in the palace. It's somewhere.
Mhm.
Somewhere.
It's in the bog.
It's an actual bog sword. And we will eventually have to trapeze through a bog to find it, and Beyonce's gonna be really upset about that. But
When we search for the
You
real
know.
curse.
if Bear Daddy wants to be a taxi, Beyonce will pay him. Carry me, Bear Daddy.
Well then.
That's all I got.
No, I think that's pretty accurate, unless we're forgetting something? Question mark?
At the very, very end of the session, someone might be losing their arm.
Oh, shit.
Might be, might not
Maybe,
be.
perhaps, that was happening.
Well,
You had to be there. You just
by
had to
my
be there.
calendar, it is the midnight of the 1st of March. I could be wrong, but I don't want to be wrong, so I'm gonna just decide it's the 1st of March now. Guys, or rather, let's focus in on... I think Felix was the one who is most isolated in this moment. He was following Glynis and Ursale through the woods when they just, on a coke fiend nightmare trip, booked it into the woods without him, leaving him alone in a dark, spooky, post-winter, pre-spring forest. Felix, what's going on, man? How are you doing, bro?
I'm trying to keep calm, even though I'm gradually being more and more stressed because where's the prince? Where's the prince? Where's the prince? Where's the prince?
Okay.
Oh
one
no!
down.
It's not the moment to have the a death in the royal family. Not right now. No, 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 no.
Not on your watch.
Clearly weren't supposed to lose him. Look what you've
So
done.
I'm just frantically just going around with my horse, just in the forest, looking around at different paths that he may or may have not taken, and I'm just like, Glennis,
You
Glennis.
are shouting into the woods for Glynis.
Yeah.
And eventually, Glynis and Ursale both will see in the distance a strange red-horned man holding a torch up to his face where, well, he's calling for you guys. Glynis, I want to point out that your arm is not ripped off of your body. It is merely mangled. It is cut into. Parts of it have been stripped, creating a massive flow of blood down your arm. But for the most part, it's superficial. Ursale, I believe, would be helping you get out of the forest at this point, as your trip, as it were, has come to an end.
In both meanings of the word.
Yeah. What do you say or do when you see Felix frantically searching for you guys?
I don't know. I guess Felix.
Wait,
We're over
who is
here.
that guy? I don't recognize him.
Oh, shush. This is my champion, judicial champion.
Oh, thank the bear mother. What the fuck happened to you?
A long story to regale to you, Felix. Come We'll make our way back to the city, and I fill him in on the happenings of Bear Cave.
Real casual about the arm.
Very casual
He's still
about
coked
the
up.
injury. No big deal.
He is coked out of his mind.
He's coming down. The pain will be there tomorrow. But with the 3 marshals, I suppose, gathered once more, you all make your way back to Fort of Stone, where we now focus on Yonsei, Snefru, and Dizem, who are in a room, and as kind of a meme, but also, I like to think it's canon. Yonsei, you feel your arms begin to regain motion as the tetanus, also known as the T-virus of T-posing, comes to an end. You have sentience. You are animated again. Look at you. You are powerful.
That was a great shoulder workout, you guys. I think maybe I'll finally stop fitting into a size small.
Ooh.
One of these days. One of these days I'll lift a sword just like Felix can.
Big gains.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
would
not
you like
this
to join
sword,
us? You'd like to join this game of cards that we're in?
It's
Or we're
For
playing
money?
Uno?
You don't want to play Dizem Cheats.
I cannot cheat. I'm simply just luckier than you.
And how do you keep winning?
Alright. Well,
Looks
okay.
like my god favors me more than your god.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
You guys are playing this wrong, alright?
Eating his cards when he's not looking.
First of all, wearing too much clothes, okay? Second of all, alright, not drunk enough. And third, there's no possums. How can you play a card game without the possums?
By winning.
I failed to see how possums have anything to do with cards.
Well, then
you're
you
short
haven't
on
been playing
players, they
cards
can fill in.
correctly this entire time, my friend. I don't know what else to tell you.
This is my first time. This is true.
Yeah, we got a possum in here. It's gonna be lit. Alright, it's gonna get crazy.
We have Dizem stuffing cards into his mouth when Sneffer's not looking. Also doesn't know the rules of any card game at all on this continent. We have Yonsei searching for varmints to bring in. Finding an opossum.
Trust me,
Apparently
trust
they're
me.
quite common here in the woods. And you just grab one from a fence. And this is the scene Glynis, Felix, and Ursale come to as you all enter the fort. Some of the crew, the garrison here, are afraid to weigh in and play, so they're kind of just watching whatever sort of strange, I don't want to call it a festival of despair, but honestly, any gambler would just be so confused and hopeless in this one moment as they watch you 3 spellcasters just play with these cards.
Oh, I see you're playing the dicey or the card eating game.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
played that one
yeah,
before.
Yeah. Yeah, you give your card to the possum, and if it's a bad card, the possum eats it. And if it's
Don't
a
tell
good
Snapper he doesn't
card,
know how to play.
the possum plays dead, so you can take it back. Yeah.
When did we start eating cards?
This is why
Once,
you're
Snapper.
losing, Snefru.
You don't lose 18 times in a row just because you're bad, okay? You lose 18 times in a row.
You
because you're
can't
unlucky.
count, Dizem.
You're not eating the cards.
It's been 7 times, Dizem. We need to work on your
This is why
arithmetic.
the card industry is so big in this country. Could
1,
we
5, 9, 12, 15, 18,
It's a
19.
third of our diet.
That's 18 times in a row.
That's why I don't play with Beyonce.
Do we see His Majesty's mangled arm?
I'm sure you probably do. It has
Jesus
been
Christ,
recently
Gildy.
flayed. Yeah.
Did you fight a bear? Did the bear mother fight you?
It was
Bear
not
Daddy,
a-
did you do this? I'm kicking you out if you did. It's gonna be very sad, but I'll do it.
Oh, imagine if I had jaws that big.
I'm imagining. It's upsetting.
You should probably see a cleric about that. That's really bad.
It is a price paid in flesh
you
for
should
the...
see a cleric,
Of
Dizem.
course, you would say that.
That doesn't answer the question of where this came from. Did you get into a fight without us? Without Felix? Look at him, he's gonna cry.
No,
I
no.
am gonna agree.
Don't cry. There was no fight to be had, nor stain upon our honor. This is merely the price paid for communion with the Bear Mother, And
Talking about like it's a
for-
flesh wound.
It you know, it literally is just a flesh wound. I mean, look, you can see my muscles flexing. They're fine.
Good God, Dyson, please.
Spurts of blood seeping out.
I'm gonna reach out and touch it.
I don't know. I download the party on talking to the bear mama and getting. I feel very confident the rivers will flood when we or if we need them to. And I don't know. I've been tripping out of my mind for like 2 nights straight, and I've had a stressful hunt through the woods. My arm flayed, and like I think Glynis needs bed rest very badly.
This is almost a normal night for me.
Almost.
Except for the arm flaying, I gotta say I haven't done that one yet. Dyson, please, for the love of God, I can see his tendons.
Yeah.
You know,
There's more in there than I thought there'd be.
Please.
You
Magic
know, I
can only
do
do
have
so
this
much.
healer's kit if nobody else wants to do something about it.
I
Bandage it up.
This is your
Also have
job,
a good
Dyson.
can cast magic on a minor wound any day of the week. That is a major flesh wound. I could try my best, but I don't know how effective my magic will be on this. Might take also a little bit of just normal medicine.
Cannot
And
believe
I
that.
guess I will reach out to my good prince, and I will cast. Not Prayer of Healing, because that you'd bleed out by then. I'll just cast a good old-fashioned Cure Wounds.
Yes.
Okay.
He will cast Cure Wounds, expending the spell slot, and, well, mending the damage. Glynis's arm begins to rapidly scab over, which will give him full motor function, but also just be sightly to look at, for sure. Other than that, I'm trying to think of how I want to lead this going forward. You all know that tomorrow, sometime in the morning, a priest by the name of Nicolau will be coming over here to do final negotiations, essentially. You have promised him to give him a cursed sword in exchange for
No.
temporary truce.
I promised him the sword of Gilroy Marchette, right? The, like, conqueror and person who handed them their ass last time.
Yes.
Which happens
Same
to be
difference.
cursed.
Despite all the advice otherwise.
It's a little different than just a cursed sword, right? I don't, you know.
It's
It's a
the cursed
family
sword.
heirloom you're giving to the enemy.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Well, you do not have that blade. What you have in your possession is a different one that is likely near Snefru or Dizem at any given point in time, until it is gone from your party. But are there any conversations that need to be had or plans that need to be solidified before the morning? Is the play just to give him the blade, tell him to fuck off, and then see what happens? Or is this we're actually going to try to trick him and drown him in the river, because Glynis knows Bear Mama is about to be splishing and splashing upriver.
So the main idea, if I remember correctly, was to give him the sword in exchange for a temporary truce, just so we can resolve our trouble with
The North.
with North. So
And if that doesn't
think-
work,
yeah,
we flood them.
exactly.
If that doesn't
On the
work, we
offhand-
bait them. We bait them back to the fort. Right? That's what
Yeah.
Jacobus said. Bait them back to the fort,
Mm-mm.
or
I think
bait
that's
them within ballista range.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's generally the play that I had in mind. I was working on, like, Yancey's idea was to get the river flooded. We've accomplished that, and then I was going to try to negotiate them out of a truce. And I don't know if I've accomplished that, but I was trying. So I guess my general theory, unless we suddenly are now deciding we really want to kill these leaders off in the flood, was to see if they will accept negotiations. And if they don't, then we can fall back on the river easily, right? Now that that's been asked for. But
Bathe
I don't
them
know.
in the bear mother's liquids.
Yeah, exactly that. Could not have phrased it better. I don't know. Unless you guys as a group want to try to murder these paladins with the river, I think that the play is peace first, river second, and then should they, I don't know, walk on water, maybe we shoot them with a ballista.
Yep.
I like it.
Mhm.
I don't have enough spell slots for a combat, guys.
Perform a minor miracle.
We're John said if we keep this up, we get to have a long rest, but
Oh, I lost her, Red.
Yeah. I would have
Guys,
tilted out of my mind if someone did that. to
it's a
me.
coin with dubious things on it that I don't think I can show on. I cannot show that on stream without you getting banned. And my
Ow!
brother bought me it, and I'm not just gonna throw that off to a random area and never touch that thing ever again because I did not ask for this. Other than that,
I'm so lost.
I have a coin collection.
Got a possum
I have
on it.
coins from all over history. And my brother went to Texas, went to a place and bought a coin for $14 that has something on it, and we're not going to talk about that.
Coin.
Okay, then let's get back to the game then.
Back to the game.
It's a bits coin.
Ah.
John said if we keep resting, we're almost at a long rest.
Yeah.
It took me a moment there,
Back-
and then okay. I was like,
It's highbrow. It's
oh,
highbrow,
man.
folks.
John has said that should you not fight and instead keep chilling, you would potentially get a long rest. In fact, I need to make sure he knows when exactly that long rest goes off. And I have.
I
found
think
it.
we are 1 or 2 days away from it. I think 2.
It would be 1 day.
Red's been
away.
counting,
After
like, please.
Monday, and then on Saturday you would get the benefits. But for now, it is Friday. It is the 1st of March.
Well, we try for peace, and we have a pretty interesting couple backup plans.
hmm
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty confident, personally.
Yeah.
Nice.
That will do.
Very good. Then, party, you will lay down for the night. Glynis resting his arm off the side of a cot. We have Ursale somewhere. I don't know. Ursale, where do you sleep? You're a big bear guy.
In front of the fire, like a rug.
I mean, if they got cots big enough for me, I'm not too proud to sleep on a cot.
You look at everyone
Really
else
putting
get
yourself
cots,
out,
and you
yeah.
look at the floor that's been designated for you. You're like, oh.
Let's put 2 cots together.
Excuse me. Sorry. Had to adjust the headset.
I have my own specially made bedroll I can roll out on the ground.
Yeah.
It's just the height of a bear.
Is this your cousin?
Jeez. As you think of your cousin, the night comes to it,
Alabama Druid.
Ooh.
and the dawn of the 1st will soon break. Party, it is a somewhat chilly, but not cold, early spring morning. It is a gross, muddy outside exterior as you come out of the main building of Fort of Stone and gather together. Owen Jacobus comes back, and although you all reminded each other of the ballista, he will do the same as a quick redundancy of like, if they're trying to run you down with horsemen, leave the bridge and we will snipe them with ballista. But other than that, he will look to you all
But I wanted to.
and ask if you're ready to go.
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
Put me
Do
in,
you
coach.
take anyone additional I should know about? Like, do you request for backup for this?
Sergeant Squeaky.
we bring the possum. It was too good at cards. It clearly is our best negotiator.
What about your grizzly bear, who is still kicking around for right now?
Why the
Sure.
fuck not?
Yeah. We can bring in Winnie.
Okay.
It's always an impressive state.
What
I
was
mean,
that,
as
Felix?
long as it's sticking around and
Felix, what was that?
What?
You said
No, I was just
something?
saying it's always I just said it's an impressive site, so
Oh, true.
it will do wonders for the negotiations.
Very, very true. He's also massive McLarge huge, which is always nice. Okay. You all descend down a slight hill to the river, where you will see the great big wooden bridge that we are all now very familiar with. We have stood and negotiated on this bridge twice now, once with a hobbit to little success, once with Nicolau, a bishop-overseer, along with his paladin escort. And sure enough, across the river in the dawn, you see the tents of the Divinius peoples. They have posted 2 sentries on the other side of the bridge, as though it's theirs to guard. And as your party is seen, one of these sentries will dash off and go alert, well, assumedly, the ones you are here to negotiate with. After a long 45-minute wait, you will begin to
Rude.
see, yes, very rude, a delegation party beginning to arrive. And this is the point where John says, if you wish to cast any spells unseen or unobserved, now would be the time.
Mage armor.
Okay.
Yonsei is going to give Gilly some inspiration. It's like, give him like a slap on the ass. Like, you go, pony boy.
somehow I
Okay.
feel like we'd make a good baseball team.
Yeah. What's baseball?
What's baseball?
What's baseball?
I'll tell you one of these days. I dreamed it up in a fever pitch when the bear bit me.
That was my last inspiration, by the way.
Perfect. Or rather, good to know. Snefru, you cast mage armor on yourself. There's a shaman. Are you doing anything with your familiar I should be aware about?
Yes, I'm going to ask Tove to find a tree to perch up and look for any other wizards.
Okay. On this side of the river in general, or where exactly?
Like overlooking the bridge and their camp.
Okay. Gotcha. It will hoot hoot at you and fly away. It is an owl, right? I'm not forgetting that?
It is an owl.
Okay.
His job is, if he sees a wizard casting spells, is to fly in their face and disrupt them.
Suicide bomb into the wizard immediately, Tove. You have no choice in this matter. I don't care if he's
Well, I
shocking
requested.
Rasputin.
I ask him very nicely, and I probably have to get him a certain treat in return.
Yes.
This is why you brought the mouse. Okay. I get it now.
Alrighty. Dizem, Felix, Ursale, Glynis, any preparations for the 4 of you as you see these people coming?
I have none to make.
I might harness divine power to just give me back the single level 1 spell slot.
Okay.
I
If you do
don't
not wish
have
to
anything
use
to
your
do
channel
myself.
divinity for anything else, you may do that.
I'm a life cleric. I have turn undead. Preserve life is good, but that's also very heavily restricted.
Well, you can think about your choices in the future.
Later.
For right now, we live in the present. Felix, Ursale.
You want to do some warm-ups? All right, high knees. Let's do it.
Let's make sure we got our cardio right.
I like the idea of a
curiosity-
delegation party walking across the bridge to see calisthenics in action.
Yeah, you're all just like, stretching out. Just doing yoga. Who has the banner between you two?
I'll probably carry it.
Okay. I would like to
Give it to the bear.
implement the standard more so than how we've been doing it, of it just kind of being president. Or present, not president. Bleh. If you wish to make a weird harness for Winnie and then put the standard on that, that'd be quite a impressive sight. My standard bearer is a bear.
This is my bear.
Yeah, my bear bearer.
It's a standard
Bear
bear.
In the name of the mother bear.
It's a standard bear.
It's a bearer.
Can you bear it, bearer? Who bears the banner?
And then we're gonna have to change the name to Barry so we can just get it all in at once.
Barry the standard bearer bear. Got it. That is a tongue twister. Kuma. You guys. Oh, that was a deep cut to Persona 4 animated show. Okay. Guys. I need to serious up. You see a very displeased individual. He's got the monk cut going on. He's got one of those weird lanyards that go from shoulders. I don't want to call it a shawl because it's not. But I'm forgetting the actual name of this thing that deacons wear.
The fun scarf.
Kind of like a scarf, yeah. It goes all the way down from shoulders, almost to his knees. He's wearing beautiful white robes that are unmuddied. Likely has a wizard on hand casting Prestidigitate on him just to appear as nicely dressed as possible. There is the rectangle of a man that is beside him, a paladin with a great sword, and yes, it's a great sword, as well as splint mail he is wearing. There are a number of soldiers clad in the Divinius black and white, as is their standard and their colors, which they hold proudly. And with pride, they stop at the end of the bridge as the two continue onwards. One of them is holding a box with many a holy symbol upon it, as though it is getting ready to take in a cursed blade.
Excellent. I guess I approach the standard dinner table filled with snacks that we've been using to negotiate.
For sure.
And I, give them their formal welcome as they approach.
You do so. The rickety bridge, or not rickety, but the large wooden bridge. Something feels off about it today, Gwynnis. The support beams seem a little bit, maybe not stressed is the right word to say, but it's almost as if the bridge is wobbling a little bit more than it should on this morning. You head over to the dinner table, which was drawn out and brought to you by a beef boy. I believe we settled on his nickname. We said his name and it was just Izem backwards. So I'm just gonna throw that name.
Classic, by the way.
Yes.
Great
Mizzy,
name.
I think we called him at one point. But regardless, you head to this dinner table. I assume Felix is by your side. He's your man, right?
Oh.
I mean, the party is this is my crew, right? This is my inner circle. They are welcome to approach with me unless they desire to stay back for preparation or whatnot.
Right next to the prince.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not sitting, so you just see the hat over the table.
just the pointy part of the hat.
Can we grab you a stool so you can stand on? Just be a little taller.
You want to sit in my lap?
You want a booster?
3 options.
I'm
Choose
fine. I'm
You
fine.
all-
I'm fine right here.
Are around
sit on my
this
shoulders.
negotiation table when the paladin takes the holy box from one of his soldiers or servants and places it upon the table, opening it up wordlessly. The overseer, the bishop overseer, I should say, Nicolau, will speak in his arrogant voice of, "You have brought the cursed blade, have you not?"
I have indeed. And I turn to, I assume, Dizem, who has been protecting this thing in a cloth, and like hold it out. And I put it in front of them in the table, and I like begin to unsheathe the cloth and show them the cursed blade that we claim to be the sword of Gilroy Marchette. And I do take care to show off the like scabbed up, scarred left arm that is definitely very different from the last time they saw it. And I say, I personally retrieved this myself. I hope that it shows the strong, the strong fervor of our worship here and our good faith going forward. And I present them the blade.
As you present them the blade, for fun, just for fun, why don't you roll me a deception check at advantage for having every single member of your team help in this grand deception?
Ooh. Excelente. I will do that. Let me do a quick double check as I had leveled up previously. And
Perfect.
I have taken the feat Elven Accuracy, which also includes some skill checks. I just want to see what it says exactly here. I'll even post it for you since I know you like that stuff.
I love posting, albeit I am in a different thing altogether for this. I need to post
Whenever you have advantage on attack roll... Oh no, it's just attack rolls. I misread it entirely. Excellent. Deception at advantage it is. That is a...
Bardic.
Good call, good call. This is definitely the time to use the Bardic. This is not a 10. This is, in fact, a 14.
A 14. He eyes your cursed sword. He looks at your arm. He sees Yonsei. You know, something about you remembering Yonsei slapping your ass suddenly, like, fills you with more confidence as you, like, present yourself more, strongly. He inspects the cursed blade without touching it as you place it on the table. He will turn to the servant with a half turn and say, "Put it in the box." And the man will be like, "Really gonna touch a cursed sword? Okay." I daintily go to the cloth and like pick it up, avoiding touching the blade as though it is plagued. To put it in the... What was that?
Which it probably is.
It probably is, yes.
Fine. Don't worry about it.
As you say these words about further and other such things, the bishop will state, "Perhaps I did misjudge you people of Livistio. Perhaps there is still hope that your population can be saved after the coming purge. As he looks to the paladin for a moment, and then to the other servants farther back. As a token of our goodwill, I will be gifting you a hostage so that you may kill him should we betray this temporary truce. We, of course, will imagine you will let them free once you have finished dealing with the Neordians. I believe that was the terms you had asked of us. Yes?
Yes, indeed it is.
Good. Well,
I
then.
trust that this hostage will be sufficiently important enough to you.
Yes, he is a most valuable member of our order. In fact, you have met him before.
I thought so.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's interesting, because I feel like when we spoke to him, he didn't see himself as that valuable.
It is in his humble nature to appear less important than he truly is. We will entrust with you the safety, security, and housing of our Friar Heartguard.
Very well.
Yes.
He will be taken. He will be taken care of. This I promised you.
I am glad to hear
And
it.
returned.
Another matter before we depart, and since we are now on speaking terms, there is another matter within your territory that you should be aware of. A known
I do
demon
ever so love
worshipper.
learning new things about it. Please enlighten me.
Yes. I believe you have met or at least heard of this man as well. He is a known demon worshipper, or at least employer to our people, by the name of Toronto, a Boolean who often visits your lands. You should know that he has a bounty upon his head within our territory, which will be honored no matter who or what, and he looks to Felix, presents us this head. He is an evil man, and the world will be a much better place with him out of it.
I understand. In fact, we have had small run-in with him ourselves. I believe, given the opportunity, we would be more than happy to deliver him to your justice.
That is very good to hear.
What would we
wish you
receive in
luck.
exchange for doing this?
I'm sorry?
Usually,
sh-
the bounty implies a payment.
Yes. I believe it is at 1,500 gold pieces currently. And or rank... Well, for you, none of you would care. But it would be a prestigious award. Or show of faith. Should one of the truly holy go out and find this devil in disguise.
I thank you for the information. It is important to understand the threats that face us in this time. You have done our country a service in letting us know this.
As you say that, anyone with a passive perception of 14 or higher is going to notice that the waters around the river are drying up, I suppose, kind of rapidly. The bishop, focused mostly on you, Glynis, doesn't seem to understand this or notice this. But it appears.
Can I peek over the edge? Is there someone down there?
You go over
I
the
wouldn't
edge.
put
No.
too much attention.
On the shores?
No. But you look, northward, of course, towards the swamp, towards the bog, and you are beginning to realize you can see essentially the muddy ground of the swamp and no swamp water. What do you do, Yonsei, as you see this miraculous happening?
This isn't because of us, right? Just out of character. This is not what we asked to happen.
So-
This is the opposite of what we asked to happen.
This is
Dyson.
exactly what we asked to happen.
Okay, all right. I wasn't
Dyson,
here last
you have
session. So I'm just-
seen something like this before, albeit not in a freshwater river, but on the ocean.
Yeah, the water has to come from somewhere. This
Water
is
has to come from somewhere,
the
and
calm before a lot of bad.
yeah,
You would like to step back and leave is the best recommendation right now.
Great,
Okay.
great. Really?
I want a quick vote from the players. Do we want to kill these guys with the water and try to bait them into staying here, or do we warn them and honor the kind of like truce/agreement we've made?
They're giving us a hostage. We don't have to tell them anything. We can just take the hostage and leave. This might
Yeah.
just be like, oh damn, a huge.
Our
Well,
god
that's
doesn't
what I
like
mean.
you.
Warn them that there is a tidal wave, not that I caused it.
I'd say we need to let them know that something's happening, so they might leave.
Okay.
Because having them losing important folks in such a time would qualify as I don't want to say
Declaration of
aggression, but yeah, that kind of stuff. It would just
Nikolai's
that would just
important.
anger them. So yeah.
Alright.
I'd-
Janta's
I'd
got
vote
an
I flip-
explanation.
I flipped a coin. Snefru votes that we tell him.
Sounds like we're in agreement. So I'd also have a 14 perception, so when Yonsei whispers in my ear, I kind of like nod. Yes, we should be getting out of here. I look to the friar and I kind of like give him the like hold on, and I look around and I say, the waters seem to be leaving the river. When this happens, it's usually a great calamity to follow. I believe it is best we wrap our negotiations here.
let us wrap them up then,
and-
he says. He grabs the box, closes it. He signals to the paladin to pick up the halfling and just hurl him across the bridge. Heartguard goes ankle over face and is comically treated, if not poorly treated. And
I fake try to catch him. Oh no, I missed.
he skids for a little bit.
Oh, come back.
Slippery devil hands.
Felix
Your
Wonka over here. All right.
negotiation ends with peaceful intention. And although we are not going to be using this map for any combat, I do want to just point out that I did have the map ready, if it would load. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's a white screen. Why
I
are
got
you
it.
doing this?
I see it.
You see the map?
Nice
Mhm.
map.
It's right there.
Why
This is
don't
a shitty bridge. God damn.
Yeah, I thought this thing was made of stone this whole time.
Wait,
I
why
was
do
told
you
we
guys
can
get to
actually
see
do
the
it.
bridge? I don't even get to see the bridge.
You're
It's
not
because
Oh no! None
we
of my
are
maps are
D&D
working.
specialist little guys.
I was just on it. Why isn't it loading? Oh, there it goes. I had to make a new folder in my battle maps folder to see the bridge. Once it goes into high definition, anyway. Yeah, it is a shitty bridge. And, you know, the roads aren't that well maintained, as we all very well know and love. However, oh, graphics performance notification. I've never seen that before. As you guys retreat across the bridge, I'll just move the tokens off. You guys will wait for a solid maybe 20 seconds or so for combat rounds, and we'll see a massive tidal wave of water suddenly materialize quite quickly, flowing very fast, which will knock out the bridge, including its center mass, going over it.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is very cool as you all are hit by the chilling, displaced air, the great surge of water. This isn't the right map either. There we go. Come back to me, Livistio, you beautiful regional map. Party, you may add to, well, I guess you don't really have a party sheet, so one of you may add to your inventory or to your bonds, maybe even your treasures, I don't know where you want to put it, the Friar Heartguard, who is now your political hostage, which you may murder in, well, kill, should the Order of Divinius betray the truce you have made. Which may or may not happen if they decide to. Fact check if this is actually the blade in which the old King Gilroy used to wield.
You guys, I don't know how important this hostage actually was to them. They just kind of threw him. So
Now, on the contraire, I know a lot of you might be excited to take this hostage, right? Seems like a lot of you like it a lot.
The man's...
But I feel like Glynis, I can be trusted. I'll water him. I'll take him outside. I'll let him.
No, Dizem's gonna rename the hostage Dizem first of all.
I will
That's
not.
my name?
If I'm in charge of the hostage, if he's my buddy, I'll make sure the Halfling Mafia doesn't pick this guy up and shake him down. All right,
not
I've got
planning
his safety in mind. I'll make
to
sure
give
he's fed
him-
and watered with the best alcohol and drugs here in
I'll-
this
Yeah,
country.
Do you?
I mean, for the both of you, you're not planning to give him funny drinks, right?
Hey, have you had
Why?
wine before, my man?
Of course, I'm a
Wine,
halfling.
Friar. Great. Step 1, done. Has had wine. Do you know about the Halfling Mafia? Do you guys have that where you're from?
The halfling mafia doesn't exist.
Throw him in the river. Throw him in the
No.
river right now.
It doesn't
This is
exist.
Over. This is done.
He's right, Fiance.
He's one
The
of
mafia
them.
doesn't
I
He
don't
exist.
points
trust
to
him
Felix
dealing
and
really
says, can he
alone
take
with
care
me?"
of me instead? I'd much prefer to be a hostage of him.
Yeah, I mean, if we need to execute him, I mean, I'll be right there with
He
the
looks
blade,
like he'd
so-
execute me in a very efficient manner, too, unlike you
You're
two.
not upset by his
I mean, I'm-
devilishness.
I'm flattered actually that you say that. But yeah, I would actually try
Felix
to make
is
it
the
as-
nicest out of all of us. That or Bear
professional
Daddy.
as possible.
I feel like
Yeah,
is
he
the
really
choice.
gives that welcoming vibe, unlike you two, he says, pointing to Yonsei and
With
Dyson.
Bear Daddy, I feel like you could get like a harness situation going on, you know? But I can't guarantee your safety if that happens.
A
So
small recommendation. We plan to return to the capital. Would it not be more beneficial to leave the hostage with Lord Jacobus in case the paladins cross the river?
That's really
You-
much. That's not fun at all.
Oh,
See,
least
but
fun
they might use him to, you know, like have someone in the fort. Having 0 hostages in the fort is better for that.
Friar, can you do magic?
No.
You sure about that?
Friar, are you
Yes.
lying?
No. I'm a friar, I'm not a
What's the answer,
cleric.
Friar? Listen, I don't know what friars do. I never met a friar before.
I'm an
You get
We would
Spy
like
Fire?
to.
I go around and preach the ways, not the actual miracles.
Is the plan here for you to convert people? Is that why they sent you?
You know, out of everyone within the Order of Divinius, I am considered one of the most tolerant. So possibly.
I believe it was sent as a message to us. I believe you were categorically dismissed by the bishop, Nicolau,
Yeah.
when we met before. I think that this is meant to tell us that the hostage is worth very little to them.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
But
probably.
should we desire to share custody of him, he can come with us to the capital. I was thinking much along the lines of of Sneferu here, but I thought that perhaps our ally in the north, the Countess Malo, might be able to hold him appropriately, far enough away from the lines of battle that he would not concern me should the masses come, but out of our hands and incapable ones instead. But if you have desires to keep him around for interrogation or other things, I would see no reason why he couldn't come with us.
Hey, Friar.
Yeah.
Is the bishop working with Njord?
I don't know. Probably.
Took an
Maybe not the
awful lot
bishop
of
himself,
time
but
into
someone
that.
from our people are. We sent missionaries over there a while back. Like a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
None of my
Interesting
business.
that your friends at the castle didn't tell us about this.
My friends at the castle?
No, I'm talking to the prince now, not you.
Oh, okay.
It is reasonable, I believe, to consider that not all people are aware of the dealings of the highest courts. Even the sons and daughters. I know as little about the ongoings of the depths of our court as many of you, despite my proximity to it.
I think you're being too kind.
I believe that we have done great work here, and we have stayed off this threat as best as we can. I believe it is time to turn our attention northward to the capital once more. And we have a long journey ahead of us. Shall we set off as soon as possible?
I feel like I would feel much better if we just had 24 more hours here. Like it would complete a long rest or something.
Like 20,
Yeah, I would feel rested.
like a
I
nice
feel longfully
solid
rested.
24 hours. I feel a lot whole, a lot more whole.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm just on the brink of feeling whole. And that 24
Very well.
hours would get us there.
Let us report the status of things with the Baron, and we will leave in the morning.
Yeah, let's ask the Baron if the Baron can take care of a hostage.
I think if anyone, we're gonna
Does
let
he want a new
Malo
hostage?
take care of the
Excellent idea, Yancey. I love it.
Wow, it's like it was my day. It was my idea. Yeah, that was independent.
You guys head back up to the fort with your new friend / hostage in tow.
hostage on my
How do you
shoulders.
feel about possums, Friar?
Yeah. Good old Friar. Party. As you head on up, taking a glance at the river that is now completely flooded, the bridge essentially now being the new water level for where the river is. This entire area, once the swamps here are going to get flooded quite rapidly. This particular area is essentially going to become impassable for any large number of troop movements. Or
Excellent.
if not that, then it will be quite obvious if someone is trying to ford here. This is a success, I'd say. Congratulations.
Woohoo!
Why don't we hand wave some stuff as we take our first break, And when we come back, we will complete a long rest and head back up to the capital. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Sounds
That was our
Great.
mission all along, was to get a long rest.
Came down here for a little vacation.
User-defined win condition. Long rest
Good.
achieved.
Hell yeah. All right. Mics are going off. We will see you guys on the other side of our break. Woo! And we are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ordeals of Livistio. We are currently in Fort O'Stone, talking with Owen Jacobus, the local baron and commander of the garrison here, asking if he would like the hostage, question mark? Like, he'll take the hostage if you guys don't want him.
I don't think we want the hostage, personally.
I'm good with Malo taking the hostage. My only worry about him being here is that he's inside of our border fort. And if, like, for some reason he goes missing, or, like, they try to invade and he's just there, able to, like, cause a single thing to go amok, then it's bad for us.
That's a good point. Malo or back to the capital where he can be paraded as the prince's hostage in his successful diplomacy with the evil paladins of Divinus.
I'm not sure I want to advertise this little foray in the court. It's kind of extrajudicial, and we still have the little problem of, like, our enemies in the court somewhere, and we don't know where. If he does come back with us, I think he's going to be masquerading as our second cleric edition. We're just like, we collect clerics like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all.
Capturing one person from every religion.
I worry about, like, giving them the opportunity to spread their word, around.
Yeah,
Well, then I vote for Malo because she'll just cut his tongue out.
Yeah.
I think Below is perfectly positioned and, like, away from the battle lines and is a trusted and, like, capable ally to keep a hostage. It made sense to me. It was my first thought.
Before we head to the capital, are we going after your bog sword?
I think that the sword has lived in the bog this long. It will probably stay in the bog a little bit longer. We only have a month or so until the thaw, or less. And we have a lot of work to do in the court and just elsewhere. And I don't want to spend the 20 days to go get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Smart.
Eventually, though, I would like to go get it.
Alrighty. It is going to turn... well, the first is essentially going to be the last day of truly relaxing. You all have been kind of stressed out. One of you has been on several ayahuasca trips, as well as...
Yes.
I'm not going to split up the long rest, but getting your arm mauled by a god bear probably would interrupt a long rest. However, due to the majority of the players being big chilling, even Greg Glynis Marchette is going to be able to benefit from a long rest on the 2nd of March. Long rest.
Why don't you be mean, John, and just say that everyone else gets one and I don't?
Yeah, fuck you, Greg. You don't get one now. Alright?
Perfect.
He's a monk. They get everything back on the short rest. He'll be fine.
They don't get hit dice on a short rest, which is the major concern. But if he hasn't spent hit dice and his cleric is just throwing out heal spells like candy, then who cares, right? He doesn't.
It's fine. I give him back a long rest. Please don't die. I only have 7 spells.
I've been 100% like full resources, full health for like this entire since the minute we left the capital till now, basically.
Throwing all the damage, hurt, and recovery onto your vassals like any good king. You are big chilling as you check out your cool, rapidly scarring arm. Party, you may all benefit from a long rest, meaning I believe you get half your hit dice back, question mark. You get all of your spell slots back if you don't get them on a short rest. You get all class features that are tied to both short rest and long rest. And I'm pretty sure that's about it, yeah? I don't think anyone's exhausted, right?
Not yet.
Nope.
Perfect.
But we can be at any moment.
Very true. Half we round up, by the way, if someone's at, like, in odd level, in terms of hit dice. I think we're all at 4 now, correct? Level 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
cool. Big cough. Alright, sorry about that. On the second, you guys can essentially go where you want. Notably, your horses, I believe, are still in Lorna, where Malo is and where you rode them to. Or maybe they're even at Fort Pike, where you got on a riverboat to, come down here. I'm sure you
With
could have
the
sent word for
river
them to
like
be
super
returned.
flooded, are there no boats to go back?
Probably not for a little while now.
Okay.
Not immediately after the miracle flood that has just flushed the Tenebrae River.
I think I don't know, we kind of want to go back to Lorna to give the homie back. I do see a road system around Lake Sao, but it just kind of ends in the hills.
I think those
Those
are.
are
I think those are
tributaries.
rivers.
Oh,
Those
they're
feed
brown like
into the
roads.
lake.
Okay, understood. I don't know.
bet we could-
Do we just go
Yeah.
back to the capital then, or do we want to hit Lorna?
Well, we could just get Beef Boy and like a guard or two to go take the friar to Lorna.
Oh,
Yeah, let's give. I guess we'll ask. It sounds good to me if we ask the Baron Jacoby to use some men to escort our political prisoner to Lorna, and ask Countess Tafina to take care of, or to hold him until we need return him after our truce ends. And then we maybe just take the road to Livistio.
As you say. I would remind His Highness that part of this mission you have taken upon yourself was to obtain part of my garrison as your retinue. Correct?
Correct.
Obviously, we cannot deplenish the fort entirely of its garrison. It would be hubris to leave no one on watch, after all. I have in my company that I can spare he checks his math. There is normally 80 people in this fortress, with 2 knights and several men-at-arms. It's up to you if you would like knights and their servants, or if you would like the men-at-arms, or a squad of men-at-arms. Would you prefer numbers or substance, I suppose?
I think we need numbers, because that's going to be the hard part. It's getting the numbers of our nation up top. So if he has a squad of militiamen or something, like,
Yeah. Better than militiamen.
well.
These guys are either going to be pikemen with sidearms, like swords, long swords, stuff like that, or they could be longbowmen, which the Livistians are famed for sort of training.
I think I would want the longbowmen, because I want our bestest and brightest at the conflict to come. And I think if we have like an elite if we're Civ, right, and we have our special units and our basic units, right, I want our special units at the like fight that's definitely happening, and the basic units holding down the city and making sure, the happiness stays up.
Okay. They will set out with you, probably on the 2nd when your long rest is complete. We won't get into the nitty-gritty details. I'm not going to show you stat blocks or anything like that. But essentially, 10 longbowmen will be coming with you, and will essentially do what you tell them to.
So if I tell them to shoot an apple off a Snefru's head, they'll do it?
If
All
the prince
10
does,
of you
for
at
sure.
once.
All at once, yes. 10 arrows going straight for that one apple.
These poor longbowmen, they know not what they manger.
Excellent. I think we head off. There's some like Robin Hood hijinks real quick, and then we crown a winner and head off. There's a talking snake somewhere in there. Anyway. Are we not remembering the Robin Hood?
Of course we do.
Thank you.
Great,
Okay, someone
great
does.
movie.
One of the best Robin Hood movies.
Yeah,
And now
sure.
I'm picturing
Next
Guinness
one is Robin
with
Hood,
gold.
I thought it was a reference to the apple with Adam and Eve. I went full biblical.
Damn.
Okay.
Talk about the Disney movie, John.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, mommy! Sheriff, get him! Love that movie.
Alrighty, you guys will set off on the 2nd of March, heading to Livistio. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Travel. You guys will be on foot for the most part until you get to Marchion. We love Marchion, which is a walled settlement slash large town here in Livistio. It's the biggest town in the south of your country. It also is has one of the largest farms and farming systems of communal. What do you call it? I'm forgetting the word. I'm blanking on it. I guess it doesn't matter. Most of these goods do not actually make it back to the capital. Rather, these essentially go out of country by way of river, damn near immediately. As such, it is quite a rich town, and due to its richness, even has defenses. It has a full-blown palisade and ditch system, which is super sick.
Is this Jacobus's territory, this town?
No,
this
Jacobus...
is Weimark.
Weimark, okay.
Yes. The...
Weimark.
Weimark.
The way you said that. Alright. I am doing math on how long it will take you to get to Marchion. Yes,
How's the river look over here, by the way?
85-mile. Alright, guys. Some things on this map are not literal, such as Fort of Stone being 10 miles across. I tried to get the distances as close as I could, I promise.
It's a big
What, Fort Ostone's not 10 miles across?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I thought it was such a mighty fort.
This windmill, though, is 10 miles tall, I promise you. It goes to the stratosphere.
We're really good at our grain refinement.
Yeah. Well, it's either make everything
John,
super
how's
small and even more unreadable, or just...
How's
It's a
the water
fantasy
look
map.
over here? Has it been impacted by our hijinks?
Not
I don't think
too
it would be.
terribly, no. Marchion is normally set on the high ground. It's more affected by just natural rainfall than any true river. There's probably like creeks and like other things, which maybe once were feeding in from over here, or went further down like so. In which case those have just been sucked out of the earth. But the most part, everything's going good. Alright, John has to roll some random encounters. And by some, I mean just a few. It looks like 3.
Which number is
Oh,
the
longbowman!
Yeah.
Get that goblin!
One goblin shows up and just gets absolutely obliterated.
We'll
missing
all
a
shoot it
D10.
once, and whoever kills it gets the prize.
Corin, where's my
We know
The
that
high
we number
prize
them.
from the prince.
Just picturing the poor goblin on the road trying to pick up apples or berries and just get his ass!
On the first day, there
Everybody
is
just-
goblin activity, actually. Like, a goblin riding a warg is like, we're gonna get you! And then is
Jinx, it
immediately
dies in
shot off and collapses. The warg is like, I'll see you guys later. And pieces out. That was a mistake. Jumps quickly back into the woods. Rolling
Wow.
15 deep.
Why don't we travel with 10 longbow archers more often? Why isn't this your posse? Why
seems
are we
pretty
your
good,
posse?
right? Well, I did think about raising a mercenary band at one point, but a war kind of has
Listen, we
put
don't
that
talk
on
about
hold.
what plans you had when we were 16, okay? Those are bad plans.
Right, we only have those talks after we have plans at 17.
Okay, the next encounter. A 77.
Young adult red dragon.
We do not care about this one.
Oh boy.
We have triggered it before.
Yep.
And then an 86. We've been rolling high. 24. Ooh. Who's orange? Why is it 95?
Right here.
Line. It was out of here. On your way into Marchion, you are only a few miles away from its true entrance. You've already see outlying farms and farmsteads and small villages that sort of surround this town and feed into its industry and economy. While you are on the way, excuse me, you will find a traveling merchant who seems to be heading out of the country by wagon. He has several caravan hands as well as some rugged mercenaries. This traveler, or rather this merchant, is from... Give me 1 second. I believe it is Cortimus, the Empire. And he is going to find some bad news at Fort of Stone. Because he is a land merchant. Yes, he is from the Imperium of Cortimus. And has essentially been wintering here in Livistio and is eager to head back on when he comes across you and your rugged longbowmen, Glynis.
Is it noteworthy to meet a merchant on the road? Like, we've been traveling these roads, right? I guess they're goblin infested and disused, but like, this is novel enough that we're like, oh shit, a person. Or is
Kinda,
this
yeah.
like, another, okay.
Most of Livistio trade just goes on river, so it's kind of super odd that there is a road traveling merchant guy here.
You might have something cool.
Yeah,
It's the first
well,
time
I
I've seen a
mean,
person on these roads other than us.
yeah, I guess
What if he
let's
has
head.
another scroll for Snafu? Could you imagine?
Yeah, he might. Let's hail him over.
Excellent.
Yeah. Hail, friend.
Yeah, you head on over to the main wagon ensemble, as well as carriages, and this big portly fellow who's maybe like 5'9", 5'10", but even wider. He's an oval that has been put on its horizontal side, and then given legs essentially. This guy is perpetually sweating, even in the chilly spring, and he's got a wreath of hair, for the top bit is balding, and he doesn't know comb-overs exist. And he greets you and says, "Oh, hello, travelers and their mercenary band, or state troopers, or you road wardens. I've heard so much of that Countess Malo and her road wardens of, I don't know, not vagabonds. What's the word? What's the word?
We're soldiers.
Murderers, yes.
Soldier.
Yes, how are you?
We are well, I believe everyone well, yes. Good sir. It is rare to meet another on the roads these days. If you have time, interested to hear your story.
Oh,
Perhaps
yes.
I see you have wares.
Gotta start with the story. Where are your
the
goods,
reason.
man?
Oh, are you looking to buy something for a friend or family
Always,
member?
baby.
Let me go find out what kind of merchant I am real quick. Roll me a 1d100, Yonsei, and then Glynis, roll me a 1d6.
All right, will do.
John and his tables.
I love my tables.
I rolled a
don't
3.
you? You rolled a 3?
I rolled a 65.
Ooh, a 65. That could be super good. Ooh. You
That
said a
makes
3, Greg?
365.
Not
A
actually.
3.
Perfect. John's just checking something. Don't worry about that D6, he swears. Or I swear, excuse me. God, my tables. I really need it. With today's sponsor, World Anvil, you can be not like John, whose notes are a fucking mess. Okay.
You have a scroll. We have a poor, sad Brimlandian here who is in desperate need of scrolls.
And he takes off his hat. Does the best puppy dog eyes impression he could ever do.
Gotta work on tears, alright.
What is the... We have weapons.
I am but a poor, mighty magi of Brimland, looking for your humble scrolls.
Weapons.
You gotta learn how to cry in command, man.
Well,
I can,
I don't know about
concentrate
any
water on his
scrolls. I'm
eyes.
no collector of scrolls, but what I am a collector of, as well as a merchant of, is jewelry. I seek all matter of jewelry. I'm also a buyer, not just a vendor, I will tell you.
You
In
deal
fact,
in
I have
magic jewelry?
traveled all... Well, it's jewelry, of course. I love jewels. I have come from the way of Zwan, where the elven artisans have made their craft, and I heard that your country here of Livistio is allied to theirs, so I've wondered if mayhap I could purchase some jewelry from some of your finest artisans here in Livistone, and now I head home, all the way down to Cortimus, which I hope is not conflicted by civil war or political backdealings or any other things that would bar my path home.
Oh, I bet it's fine.
Well, actually...
Don't worry about it. Nope. Give this.
The bridge by Fort of Stone is out.
Yeah.
It's out? For
Yeah,
how
there was a
long?
sudden
Yes.
rain and a flood that unfortunately took out the bridge.
Oh, no.
You know,
No.
our weather can be rather fancy here.
Yeah, when the snow starts
It's-
melting, you know, stuff
Oh.
just kind of happens, right?
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
willed by the bear mother.
As some might say.
A bear mother. Okay. That's, I'm sure, is not a euphemism at all and is quite literal. Well then,
Well,
I thank you for this news. I think we need to head back to Marchione, boys, and ask about those riverboats people were talking about. Anyway, you are looking to buy or sell or maybe trade?
Do we have any jewelry?
Yonsei
what
looks
about
at
ring?
Felix's finger.
Yeah. We have like one piece of jewelry, but I don't think even if I
This is the perfect guy to sell it to. Are you kidding me?
Amulets too?
Okay, you know,
even if I wanted to, I can't take it off.
Just hold still.
Do you have
They
some
would
soap?
have the tools to cut it free.
We definitely
Amulets,
got butter
earrings,
somewhere. Lube? I don't know.
rings.
Bear Daddy, spit on it. Spit on it.
What? That's merchant.
I don't believe that I have any jewelry to sell here. Perhaps we shall join you back on the way of the road. My party members can peruse your wares if they still desire
Can
something
Yasa
pretty.
like comically be trying to yank off the ring in the background?
Oh yeah, for sure. She's digging into your finger. No.
Just gotta wiggle it a little bit.
You can accompany this merchant, but if you know, although it is a comical scene between Yonsei and Felix, he is honestly kind of not interested in like what's happening. This is clearly some comical bit in his mind. So unless you bring this ring to his attention, he can't truly give you his opinion on it.
No, sure. I'll show it to him.
"Ooh, what is this?" he asks, as he stops the carriage. Well, the carriages and the caravan is turning back around, essentially. And during that time, he busts out a magnifying glass and begins to inspect your magical ring, which has been barbed wired / fixed to your ring finger and wrist. It's like, well, it's clearly cursed. That's as much as obvious. No person in their right mind would ever create a barbed wire ring you couldn't take off. I am
Unless you're
wondering
into
if you are sane. Why would you put this on if you knew it had barbed wire on it?
If only I knew.
It
That's the
wasn't
whole point.
quite. It
Let's
wasn't
put it
quite
that way.
apparent at initial inspection.
Oh, you were tricked.
Was it?
yeah, tricked.
That's
I
horrible.
was
Let me
tricked.
see if I can make a history check and understand what this ring is. Now, I am a
some
professional, so I
ring
should get
removal
expertise.
soap?
Do you need a little box to roll the dice?
Oh, if
I
you
vote
would
you get
like to roll
expertise.
1d20 plus 5, go for it.
It's all on you, Felix.
It's all on
I
you,
would-
Felix.
So, okay.
You get to roll my check for
Just
me.
like the ring.
1d20 plus 4. Oops. There you go.
You attached to this finger at all? Do you want to keep this?
Oh.
Attached to
Well,
Oh boy.
it appears
Oh,
to be
plus 5.
of the
Add one
second
more to that.
age, but aside from that, it does not seem to have any marker of who made it. I assume if it's cursed, it's magical as well, yes?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I
It
would
is.
suggest you get it removed post-haste. Magical rings, especially of the cursed variety, tend to evolve, I suppose, the longer it's on you. Or rather, the curse
Do you have a recommendation?
to
Sorry,
get it
go ahead.
removed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know someone, you know.
Well, yes, of course I know. I'm a jeweler. I travel all across the continent.
Trust you. You're a professional.
Yes,
You know
there
things.
are some high-level... Well, the most concentrated number of clerics are currently in the territory of Divinus, but I suppose that shouldn't surprise anyone. I believe there is a head priest or cleric here in Livistio who stays in the court of the king. I'm sure you could beg his royal highness to remove the ring. They might demand it from you in return, but...
You know, you're a worldly man and one who understands jewelry. I met a lady once from a faraway country. Have you ever heard of a Saffron Malrot? She had jewelry on her that was most strange. I thought perhaps you might know.
A Saffron Malrot? That is a natural 18 on my physical dice. Plus a 1 from intelligence, bumping it to a 19. He pinches the bridge of his nose for a moment, I know not a Sephron, but the Malrot name I am aware of. It was a... how would you call this? Cortimus in origin, however it was, before we took the name of Cortimus after our Imperial Highness. It was when the Eldar Empire still, or the Eldar Protectorate, excuse me, ruled this continent. I have not heard that name in quite some time, and it was in passing, essentially in a history book. I'm sorry I can't give you more information.
Oh, you have given me more than I had before, and for that I appreciate it. Perhaps, in payment, you can now know that the history of your country lives and breathes.
Oh. Yes, I suppose that is news worth spreading.
She does not speak well, perhaps an ancient tongue, but common and Elvish seem to elude them.
That's strange. Those are the two most popular languages of this entire continent.
I know. It's really strange.
It's very strange. Concerning.
Something might be going on there. Who's to say?
I won't be bothering any of your time, or any more of your time, but, fair travels, fair winds, and, don't die in a war. He tells you happily.
That's the plan.
Is it unusual to have a caravan like this from that country?
Highly unusual, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this is possible, but against not him, but the people in his caravan, I guess it'd be like an insight roll to see if a general mood or attitude of criminal caravanting.
Criminal caravanning.
So caravanning in general is not a highly sought after, or people who would willfully take year-long journeys across a continent do not have means of getting employment elsewhere, right? So it is not surprising already when you see some of those unsavory types. There are roguish looks between the eyes of some of these caravan hands and guards. Some even have tattoos that they are sporting, either on their necks or their knuckles, even to appear more intimidating. Their jobs, by default, are to dissuade people from attacking the caravan in the first place, not just defending it when it's attacked. Right, so these guys are kind of scary looking, but all of their attitude is completely undercut by just how jovial and happy this fat man is. Just like, oh yes, that's Billy, that's Bobby, that's Kelly, and he just goes down the list of all the names when you ask. I'll let you roll insight anyway to see if you can maybe suss out if there's a person not supposed to be here.
14.
A 14, perfect. Believe it or not, my internet is kind of slow right now, fellas. So you guys are seeing the numbers before I do. 14. You notice that there are people in the accompanying carriage who are essentially glancing out of wooden slats, and you notice them because you have a much steeper angle to look into. A medium-sized creature would look in and just essentially see shadows in the wooden slats, but you can see someone sticking their nose almost out of the wooden slats here, or slits, to stare down at you, and you even make eye contact with them for just half a second before they duck their head back down. But it's hard to tell if that's unusual.
Okay. Make a ploy out of congeniality. Oh, are your children inside peeking at me? Are they curious about the little guy? It's
My
okay.
children?
Don't be scared. Yes, the people staring out from beneath those slats.
Oh no, those aren't my children. Those are, I suppose, companions, I suppose is how we will describe them. They are, traveling with me until we get to Chevrolet, I believe their destination is. You know, like the car company.
It's a place of gnomes. They make auto wagons.
We gotta get ourselves
Blasphemy.
one of those.
It's all
Very
eagle
impossible.
powered, baby. How many eagles are in your engine?
Slap stop. 400 eagle power.
I did want to look at this guy's wares though.
Oh yes,
Yes.
come check him out.
Neat jewels.
He will show you all manner of, we'll call them art objects for lack of a better word. Some of them do have just raw gemstones in it. For the most part, there is a, if you wish to convert your currency into gemstones, art objects, or accessories, this guy would be the one to do it. He can essentially use your money to get you easier transportable currency, which could be accepted in multiple countries rather than just, you know, the minted coin of Livistio, right? I don't know if you guys would like to, but there's all types. There's like 10 GP earrings. There are little pendants that can go up to 50. There are rings that can be 100. So up and so forth. But he's essentially hiding all of his most expensive stuff from you guys. Like, he doesn't know. You guys look like vagabonds, not bankers. He would make, like, great big business deals with. Right?
He's gonna be really surprised when the like hairiest, dirtiest, biggest one of us has all of the party's gold.
Yeah, right. So,
Yeah, I
Rasale,
just
if you wish
pull
to
like my
convert whatever-
backpack out and I just start like I reach my hand in and start moving things around and I just like take big heaps of gold coins out of my
What the
backpack
hell?
and I just like I think that's like 75 there. 100, 150, 200,
Oh my god.
225.
He's gonna stop the carriage to help you count your coins. If you would like to buy or convert your money into jewelry, feel free. He will, because you guys are good company, not rip you off and just do like a 1-for-1 trade here.
Yeah, I'll trade in gold for, I think, probably gemstones mostly.
Okay. Most of these gemstones are wrapped in, or not wrapped, but they are decorative parts of other sorts of things. So they're like little amulets, or they have wire around them to like act as this. But it's easy to take off and just convert into a gemstone. These aren't masterpieces or
Right.
things that will lose.
Yeah, I'm looking for pieces whose value derives from the gemstones themselves, not the art object around the gemstone, I guess.
For sure. Notably, there are no diamonds in this mix. The diamonds as a magical component are somewhat harder to find when it comes to just regular jewelry. But for the most part, like rubies, carnelians, other sorts of like topazes, or agate. Agate's a common one. You can easily fill up your inventory with converting your gold into jewelry. How much, for my knowledge and for the audience, are you converting here, Corin?
I will convert 225 GP.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Anyone else wishing to trade, convert, or buy in, as it were, so you're not laden down by gold pieces?
Let me look. I wouldn't look for gemstones. I would look for I have 6 gold. I can't buy anything.
Okay.
That's
That doesn't
I'm
mean
really
you
weighed
can't
down by my
browse.
3 gold as well.
I left all my
Damn, y'all
gold
big
at home.
spenders.
It's just in a box. It's heavy and I don't want to touch it, so I just have it in a box.
It's heavy and I don't want to touch it.
I don't got much use for it.
Okay. Felix? Question mark?
Nope. That'll be
Okay.
good.
You guys will make your trades on the road, or you'll watch Ursale make his trade on the road, and then head on into Marchion, where you guys can find horses and get back to it, or stay the night, or do essentially whatever you want on your way back to Livistio.
If
or
there's
Liviston.
a way to get a riverboat from Marchion on the eastern river back up north, I think that might be faster. And
quite
potentially
possible.
avoid goblins on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Might
there's
run
like a
into
put-in point there.
crocodiles.
Essentially, you're gonna go up road and then divot off through the forest, taking essentially unmarked trails that most of the villagers and residents of this area know. All along this river, there are unmarked villages that just sort of exist that people load stuff into
Okay.
and then just sort of take off in. Going up river probably will be faster, yeah. Even on horseback. For the halfling mafia has certain ways. No, okay. I don't exactly.
I do have certain ways.
John's doing calculations. Give me 1 second. Let me try to maximize your efficiency. Huh? 300-ish. Yeah, it's about the same. Well, it makes sense. It's the same distance no matter what. You guys will head on over doing this little navigational problem that most people in Livistio just grow up with, so they don't really see it as a logistical nightmare that we civilized people playing in this notice it as. John is just keeping track of the days. Marchion on the 4th. Merchant on the 5th to 6th. You will find transport on river. For you and your 10 longbowmen. While you guys are on the river and on your riverboat, there will be a... let's call it a national holiday, even though it is a one from when the Eldar Protectorate was around. It's called Springs Poppy Funtime Festival, which many a country fully imbibe in as everyone gets high. This is essentially the 420 of this world. Yeah. Everybody loves the good old poppy seeds. This holiday goes back
Opium?
all the way to the Second Age, when it was the most accessible drug and painkiller of that time.
We taking opium, bro?
You're taking opium. Yep.
Seems like it.
Mint?
We
Jeez.
love opium. Are you kidding?
Thanks for
Youngster
nothing.
loves opium. This is true. I wrote my best play on opium, right?
Right high,
Yeah.
edit sober, right?
Yeah.
The elves tried everything in their long lives, and they found out that opium was the most effective to get them crunked. You guys will continue heading up the river, and I believe on the 10th or so? We'll we'll be safe and call it the 12th, actually. Livistio. Another great part of traveling by river is it's so well traveled. Very few times are there actually ambushes by any sort of goblins or monstrous races. However, for funsies, I'm gonna roll a single random encounter and see if your boat gets attacked. I want that dice. That is a 4 on a 96. What is that?
96 is a big number, John.
It's a big number, but it could be a little bit misleading. Because I love random encounters, guys. Well, you're not going to be attacked, but you are going to find one of the few river battle barges that your father has given over to an ex-orc raider by the name of Admiral Pharos, I believe, or Captain Pharos.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
That really
Or
suspicious
Kilpharos.
guy.
Yeah, you're actually just gonna run into his ship, like, while you are traveling. You see his flag/standard, his crest, that has been printed upon his sails as he and his band of vicious river pirates are protecting the local trade routes of this, well, of your nation. I don't know, like, he doesn't notice you since, you know, you're a boat away, but in theory you could call out to him and get a
Don't make eye
faster
contact.
travel here.
He's heading in the same direction or opposite?
Same direction.
That seems reasonable. Yeah, why not? I fly the standard and wave him over.
Felix, raise the banner.
Hey!
Yeah, give me
Banner!
just 1 second here. I want to get
Suppose.
his name right to make sure that I am not ruining.
The prince!
Felix, you don't have to keep waving it. You don't. They,
No,
they
keep
definitely
waving
saw it. No,
I'm not sure they
Felix.
saw it.
You're not sure?
Dragon Pharos, the River Lord. That's his name. You raise
Why
your
don't you yell
banner
at them?
on this halfling passenger barge that you're currently on. And after, like, some negotiation with the captain, you're like,
Ran
hey,
by the
we're-
halfling mafia.
Not every halfling is a part of the halfling mafia, Beyonce. You're
Wait, no,
getting
the
parodied.
halfling mafia doesn't exist.
It doesn't
Doesn't
exist.
I won't take this.
Uh,
It's not
you
acceptable.
raise the banner high, and after some negotiation, a hook will be placed upon the edge of your barge, connecting to the battle barge of Lord Killigan Pharos. And why don't we
They've hooked
talk to
us.
him on the other side of our break, as we take our second break here. We'll be right back.
All right.
There we go. Hey, everybody, we're back. Party, you see as your riverboat is boarded, technically, or a gangplank is thrown so that you may hurriedly hop on over with all of your belongings, luggage, and whatever else to get upon this much faster riverboat of Killigan Pharos, Lord of the Alfaros River.
Do we have to have a
see-
group
I'm sorry.
animal handling check to get Winnie from one boat to the other?
Oh, for bears? Yeah, let's see it. Give me an animal handling check, guys. I can.
I don't understand why we just don't leave her here with
Snapper,
the rest.
man. You're pretty good at this bear handling.
Well, I just play bait. Come on, Winnie. Come on.
Okay. All right.
I was
So we have-
doing
We have the spellcasters doing incredibly well here as they're like trying to bait the bear over, and everyone else is just pushing it, trying to get it over. And it
Meet this
eventually
delicious
does.
ass, Winnie. Get over here.
I'm just holding Snapper like, come on. Come on.
Come on. The 6 of you managed to wrangle a grizzly bear onto a different boat mid-river without sinking either. The halflings wave you off. I mean, you gave them their money for the travel. They don't really care. And you are now on a boat filled with piratical scum and soldiers, technically, of Livistio.
I think I would have preferred the Halfling Mafia.
No way. After a brief moment, a man comes out from a tent overlook that has been set up, on this barge to give him some semblance of privacy. And out comes a very thin, beanpole-shaped, green-skin orc. He is scarred up from scalp all the way down to neck. He is walking with a limp. He is technically armed with a hand crossbow, although he doesn't really have it like in his hand or like is pointing it at you, obviously. And he also has a short sword slash finesse weapon upon his hip. And he greets you in a very no-nonsense nor very respectable manner and shouts to you, Glynis, "Oh! The pup has come aboard! Are you gonna demand me kneel like your father?"
Not this day. And I say, it is good to meet you, though. I need to know all of my lieutenants.
Your lieutenants? I work for your father, not for you. Or are you
I understand.
plotting something I should be aware of?
No, sir, no plots. Just
the royal
one
we.
day.
It's why it's called royal. Come on.
I
Exactly.
suppose. Well, welcome aboard. We don't have much space, especially with the grizzly bear you finagled onto a halfling ship, but you are more than welcome to be my passenger. And who's this? He gestures to your halfling, which you... Oh, you don't have the halfling. Never mind. He's being transported.
Yes.
He will instead
And
ask
Sully
you to
is new,
introduce
though.
your companions.
I'm a
I
gnome,
do.
sir. I'm not a halfling. No.
I introduce each
Easy
of
to
them
be
in
confused.
turn. They are Yonsei, my trusted jester and advisor, my royal wizard, Sneferu, my judicial champion, oh my god, my brain, Felix, and sorry, and my accompanying clerics, my advisors in the religious order, Daizum. Oh, and I suppose barbarian, not a cleric, but religious figure.
Cleric in a different sense.
The barbarian of the bear mother. Have some
of
respect.
Ursale.
Killigan
introduced
also,
Paladin for
we've
all I
met
care.
before.
them. Yeah.
Well, where are you heading? Just heading home?
Yes, the capital. It has been a long stay away, and time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Happy, in fact, to have seen your vessel upon the waters.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it there before the end of the night, so you can sit down or hang out with me if you want. We're not expecting
I would
any...
be very interested to know your work. I have had little opportunity to learn the state of the nation's waterways. Perhaps we would have a time to look at the charts and your men at arms and yada yada yada.
If that's what you're interested in, I can teach you a thing or two.
Absolutely.
The Alfaros is a treacherous snake, but staying with its tides, learning its signs, you can't go wrong. Come on in. And he gestures for you and you alone, Glynis, to enter his tent.
Yeah, I follow him in. I want to get a feel for what he's doing and what
Scream if you
he's
need
got.
us.
Yeah, I'll scream for sure.
Scream if you need us. Give us a good squeal.
You may give me an investigation check, an insight, or whatever you really want to sell to get a better understanding of this strange orc who is borderline impolite, I suppose.
I am not so worried about his impoliteness at the moment. There'll be a time, but I'm more interested in is the river fucked the way the roads are? Do we have men? Can I call upon them? I'm trying to learn about the country as we go here, so I can use this later. And I'm gonna go insight over investigation just because I'm better at it, and I like big numbers.
You like big numbers, and you cannot lie. That
Nope.
is a 21, it looks like.
21.
John, I'll be right back. I hear suspicious cat noises.
All right.
Oh no.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
Let me just make sure. Okay, perfect. Cameras are still good. You speak with Killigan Pharos, Lord of the Rivers. And on a 21 insight, as you pointedly ask him questions while journeying, and your teammates rest and sort of hang out, riverways are not fucked at all. Killigan used to be a devil against Livistio and any other rivercraft here. He knows many secrets, tips, tricks, and the best ambush spots, one could say. Mm-hmm. His loyalty, however, is questionable. You're unsure, even on a 21, why he's working for your father. You know, historically, he probably should have been killed by your dad as a wanted criminal when he surrendered himself to literally the court by sneaking into the keep to surrender himself. But for the most part, I suppose the main thing you sniff out here is like, this guy is treacherous, for sure. Mm-hmm. He has thrown away his honor as like an orc warrior to serve humans. And I think that's where I'll just sort of leave it and let your mind do the heavier lifting for me. In terms of just pure military power, he is confident that Livistio has the greatest river navy out of any other one, anyone else's rivals or your neighbors, let's say.
I might slip some hints that I might need his navy come the thaw. I don't know if he'll pick up on them or not, but I think during the course of these conversations about ships and things, I might just slip in some, like, you know, the boats might need to be coming back towards the northern Alfaros for repair or for something else or whatever it might be that makes the most sense. But I try to, like, during the course of the conversation, inception a, like, plan to get the navy back up in, like, a month or so.
Yeah. You can do these things. And we'll just keep your 21 insight. He seems to be keyed in on what you know already. Chances are word has already come out of, like, Niord gathering forces or preparing something. And he is like, I know what you're referring to, but I'm not sure you're going to be the one making that call when it's time. You should speak with your father.
Okay. I mean, if he calls me on my shit, I'm just gonna let it be. But I did my bestest.
Yeah. The final thing he will bring up is, like, when you guys are preparing to dock. He's not planning to go to the keep itself. He's going to be restocking in the... they essentially have, like, jetties specifically for the riverboat military that they have. Which is where he's going to dock his boat to resupply it. And then, you know, you'll just walk through the city, no big deal. But, as you guys are essentially getting off and, like, unloading the bear, just pushing it off. You're bringing a wild bear into a city, by the way. I don't know how you want to take...
I'll use levitate to get the bear off.
Before all of that happens,
Freaking out.
John, just like as like a small thing off to the side, can Yonsei entice some of the crew into a game of possum card?
Oh boy.
Just to kind of like get a vibe on like who they are as people. Like, are these like very much pirates? Have they been domesticated slightly by government work?
Cards? I love
Are they feeling
possum
treacherous?
card. That's my favorite game. One of them tells you.
Exactly. Everyone loves possum cards.
Like, one guy busts out a toad and says, "I prefer toad card. You want to play toad card instead?"
You know, I can't say I've heard of toad card. Is that the swamp version of possum card?
No, it's a variant where we drop all sixes and turn them into jokers.
Interesting. That's a lot of Joker.
You can fuck around with these guys for sure. If you have a gaming proficiency, or if you're trying to, like, suss them out, it could be investigation.
I'm trying to suss them out.
Insight. It could be performance, I suppose. Even if you, like, get them to just, as part of your shtick in game, just trying to get them to talk. I could see, like, a swindler type utilizing their charisma.
Definitely that.
Make them spill.
It's a 22.
Oh my fucking
performance.
God. A +9 to perform. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You.
Bard.
Yeah. Bard lmao. You get them to start spilling the beans while you are killing time, sort of just going with the wind here. You ask them if they are truly the pirate type, correct?
Yeah.
They are definitely the pirate type. Many of them are uneducated murderers who have been pardoned from, like, prisons, specifically to serve in the one of the most dangerous, like, military operations of Livistio. Like, working with water is incredibly dangerous, and most people don't know how to swim. Swimming in a river is incredibly scary. And most of these guys are like, yeah, you know, if I don't know how to swim, I'm just supposed to jump onto a boat and just start slashing at people. That's what I gotta do. But most of the time, the job's pretty easy. You know, intimidate the halflings or be intimidated by the halfling mafia. You know, kill some orcs. No, we don't talk about it, but yeah, they exist for sure. One dude is just like in the corner, dead-eyeing this man, like, you need to shut the hell up, dude. We don't talk about the halfling mafia.
We don't do that here.
And
Remember
then
this guy's
guy,
face. The last time we're gonna see it.
a different dude is like, oh yeah, Killian brought us up north to Niord's territories, and another dude, like, full on, what are you doing? Shut up, man. And he's literally just telling you, like, oh yeah, they moonlight as privateers, essentially, while serving under the leader of your naval forces, who is presumably going on these adventures to raid Niord. This is what you learn, Yonsei, from these loose-lipped pirates.
That's great. Yonsei's having a good time, has no negative reactions to anything, pours a drink as, like, positive reinforcement to anyone that, like, spills a little bit too much. You know, like, wow, privateering! Oh, yeah. Look at that, the last drop for you.
I never thought I'd be able to afford like a wedding before, but when we got married, it was not just in a courthouse. We even had Bogvarsh there. That's how... Oh, it's so profitable.
That's beautiful. Gosh, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I didn't even know he did services.
Ceremony. You know, maybe for some of the coolest people around, he does them. Yeah, just really enjoying this conversation while Yonsei kindly loses at possum cards, which that was not intentional, but it was intentional too. Okay.
I get you. Subtract like 1 gold if you have it. Just to lose at possum cards.
Yonsei has not been spending his money. Okay, he's a rich boy. He knows how to save.
Okay.
I would never use at possum cards, okay?
You would never lose at
Once
possum cards.
Dyson puts one card in his mouth, he is like, knives are pulled. I'm like, you're gonna play right, or you're not gonna play at all ever again. Just immediately threatening Dyson's life for cheating.
He's a foreigner. Where they're from, they play something called Tentacles. And he just keeps trying to do that. I think he misses home. I think we can all relate to being homesick.
I guess.
Huh?
One.
Yeah, homesick. As I put another card in my mouth while they're not looking.
Dude, you gotta stop.
When you guys dock, Killigan will essentially stay aboard while everyone else is beginning to do the resupplying and getting the bear off with Levitate and just kind of watching you guys. You're strange to them. He will kind of pull you aside, Glynis, like physically touching you, which isn't what you're supposed to do with royalty to get their attention, and will sort of like lean down and say, hey, I know you and that gunner guy were close, so I wanted to give you my condolences.
I feared that might be the case. Thank you for informing me. Good to know ahead of time.
You didn't know?
Like I said, it has been a long road away from the capital.
Yeah.
But his absence had been notable for some time.
Yeah. They found his, his horse, I suppose. So, there's still hope, but, you know, if he would have turned up...
Where?
He would have turned up by now, so...
Bear?
Do you know where his horse was found?
No, it was across the river in the neutral territory. You know, towards north.
I thought that may be the case.
Yes, he wanted to confirm some things about what I can only assume are mysterious movements from the Neordians, so...
I believe that his absence may be all the confirmation we need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That
You know, he
is-
plays a dangerous game. You never know if you just don't show up to your family's next get-together.
It is a risk that those in the profession must take. Fortunately, those that make it back are the ones that are honored.
That is very true. Well, you have a good day, Sonny. Take care, don't die, all that good stuff.
We meet again.
Yes. And he will kind of leave it there. Getting back on his boat or walking you off his boat. He just glares at Yonsei, who's waving at him. No, stop me. Okay.
Yonsei had a hat.
In
Yonsei does have a hat.
Livistio. Just the scarf. Goodbye. Or like Doc, they're not even leaving for days. It is currently the 12th of March. Traveling is a slow, laborious process, but here you are, bear in tow. And you will, I guess, levitate him through the town and city, and like, I assume the banner is still out for this, right? You have a goddamn bridge with a flying bear.
As well, right?
Yeah, sure.
Really got to commission the harness to put the banner on.
Yeah.
I can only do this for an
Bear
hour.
armor. Still buy some bear armor. Still out there.
Or
What
is
are we
it?
doing with our 10 longbowmen? Are we garrisoning them here? We did plan to send people to this little, like, area where my sister's land was being prepared as, like, a ruse. Ostensibly, more people might gather there. Do we ask them to wait there, or since they're, like, here, do we garrison them as, like, our longbowmen?
I like the first idea. Put them in
Well,
the Duchess's lands.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first idea only works if they have someone who's in charge of them.
Fair.
Like, 'cause I think right now you're in charge of them.
They have a, like, squad leader, essentially, who
Okay.
can give out, like, they're not dependent on you guys. They are
Okay.
trained soldiers and longbowmen and hunters. Like, in the woods, they can even, like, forage and feed for themselves, so long as they're, like, in Livistio.
I guess as we get off the boat, I inform everyone of the knowledge that Uncle Gunnar has gone missing west towards Niord, and basically be like, that's kind of what I thought would happen. But also, I want to let them, like, if you guys have things you need to take care of in the capital, we've been away for a long time, please go do them. I want to look into what to do with these men. And I want to go investigate the posting we made about, like, monster hunters, right? Like, mercenaries to go into the duchy's land and, like, see if maybe Malro's been able to put any of her men or any of the people she's gotten in contact with there. And if so, then I want to, like, make these people go there, and if not, like, come up with some kind of plan to make that more efficient. But that's, like, my immediate concern when I get off the boat.
Well, I have some news.
Okay.
Beyonce, like, looks around. There any halflings listening?
They're always listening.
Halflings and or other people. Okay, block us with the bear. Block us with the bear.
Okay, alright.
So I found out that Killigan and his crew were going up into Njord lands and essentially plundering them. Assumedly without your dad's permission. Probably not helping, the tensions.
Probably not.
They also mentioned they have been gotten to a couple of little skiffs with the halfling mafia. Who is real?
No such thing as the
Who
Halfling
is real?
Mafia.
Is real. Someone said it. Alright. And the Halfling Mafia might be in charge of the rivers, also, might have some sway, and might have killed Milo's family. This is my theory. Alright?
Alright.
This is my
You
theory.
know,
Put it on the board.
it's
It could have also been killing again, but also, maybe the Halfling Mafia.
The
I don't like how you're
Mafia
looking at me, Gilly. I don't like this. I'm not
Mafia
going crazy.
the Mafia disappearing a whole riverboat accident is an explanation. This makes more sense than a lot of theories that we've had so far. Perhaps we will
There's
look into
one
this in
problem.
the future.
What is your problem, Dizem? You don't even
There's
know
no
the
such
Halfling
thing.
Mafia, first
There's
of
no
all.
such thing as the Halfling Mafia.
You can't say that. How would you know? Do they have halflings where you're from? Do halflings live
What do you like
underwater?
to know? Okay.
Oh,
What happens? You've never asked me about this. Now you're asking me the Halfling. There is no Halfling Mafia.
Ursali, do you know about the Halfling Mafia? Does that exist in the woods?
No.
There is no Halfling Mafia.
Unbelievable. Anyways, I think we should talk to your uncle too.
My uncle. Oh yes, the demon hunter. I will.
Let's see if
I
we
will
found
happily
anything out
do
about
so.
the shapeshifter that's is your dad or might kill your dad.
Yes. Let us convene together on Uncle. Perhaps Dizem has been speaking to me about his magics of truth telling. Perhaps he would submit to that, and we could bring in a powerful ally. Let me deal with these longbowmen and see into the gathering of mercenaries while we've been away. Any of you have personal business to attend to, I believe this was an excellent time to do so.
Yeah, we gotta
let's
get
reconvene.
Ursali on the payroll.
Yeah, let's get Orsali on the payroll and let's reconvene. Either in the evening or the morrow, as need be. We'll jump on Uncle.
Yeah. First of all, as we broaden up our timeline here, I want everybody to add 50 gold coins to their character sheet as you get your friendship money! Friendship money for the entourage!
Woo!
I'm paid to be his friend.
Paid to be your friend.
Paid to be...
I'm paid to be
Hey,
your
man.
cousin.
It's better. Yeah, I pay you to be my cousin. I needed a family member, okay? Everyone was neglecting me. I needed a cousin.
You guys will be... I need to take note of that. Paid on the 13th for February.
Also, I would like to restate that we cannot use truth magic.
What?
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 Oh, we had that whole discussion that I can't use Zone of Truth.
Pneumolia.
You can try.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, bummer that you can't cast the spell that you were talking about, but we'll figure something else out.
Oh, Moonbeam.
Am I going?
Gotcha. Yeah, he doesn't have Moonbeam on Life Cleric, I don't think.
What?
I think he's
No,
talking about
that's
Stone of Truth.
Oh. Okay, so I'll just be public with my disgruntlement of Zone of Truth. I've done it privately, but now the audience gets to hear John's opinion on Zone of Truth now, just so that everyone knows where I'm coming from. Zone of Truth feels, to me, more like a mini-game than it is like an investigatory power. Because everybody knows that you can worm your way out of responding. And then you know that they're worming their way out of responding. And then you're spending 50 minutes to an hour in-game session, like, getting mad at your DM as he roleplays an NPC who is obviously knowing the... Like, if the spell exists, people will know, like, the limitations of it, right? So, for the most part, I have been ignoring the spell Zone of Truth in my campaign worlds, because there are funner ways to run an investigation than outright demanding an NPC tell me what they know. And honestly, from me confronting people in real life, that does not normally pan out well, even if you don't have a spell that compels someone to tell the truth, and might not be as subtle or as nice as people want or imagine it would be. I feel like it was a poorly thought out spell, and it demands a lot of trust from both players and DMs not to hate each other afterwards. If you guys don't, if you take umbrage with it, of that like ruling, I'll happily listen to your objections of that ruling, but that's where I'm at currently. If you have like a compelling argument for it in or out of session that you want to privately message me or talk to me about, or if you feel confident and want to, speak to the group, go ahead. I don't mind, but I don't want to be talking about the rules when we have 25 minutes left, when we could be doing other downtime stuff. So can we revisit Zone of Truth next time, if we have decided that's the path we want to go down?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Then I would like to do things that we can do kind of in rapid succession. And then we can... Let's start with the entourage and then work our way to mercenaries and longbowmen. Because that probably won't take too long, but could be, slightly managey, I suppose. Okay. Entourage, what would you like to do for, well, just while you are here in town?
Well, I would like to get my ring removed.
Sure, who do you go to for this magical ring, Felix? Do you go to the one who gave it to you, or do you try to avoid them at all costs?
Oh, I will avoid them, because I know too well all these can all lead to a terrible diplomatic incident. So I will rather go to the head priest of the court.
Yeah, you head on over to Bogvarsh, the speaker for the head priest. Then you run into this guy in the woods with the a druid guy. Got your prince super fucked up. You're like, it just wasn't a good time to bring up my cursed ring. People were like, fuck.
I'm not thrilled about that. I'm just like, I'm just walking in the court, just. I don't know. That stupid ring, stupid curse, stupid magic.
You head over to Bogvarsh, who is somewhat surprised when you appear before him. Oh, hello, Mr. Balzac. We haven't spoken before directly, have we?
Not really, no. Look, I have something that I would like you to help me with, but I would rather have it done in private and not really talked about too much. Nothing too dangerous, just something that's more in your professional specialization than mine.
Is this about a disease or an illness that requires discretion in his royal court?
Just gonna look around just to check if nobody's hearing.
Yeah, Argyle is just posted up looking at you around the corner of the room. This old man. Just watching you.
More like
Oh. He looks at the ring. I assume you're gesturing. Your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be impolite, so I'm not showing you the finger, but
Oh, yeah. Please step inside my library, he says. It's not even his library. He just goes into the library. Step inside the library. And he closes the door and will inspect your cursed magical ring. after poking and prodding at it, you know, you're reminded a lot of Yonsei in this moment. She was trying to rip it off your finger. Very similarly, Brogvarsh was like, "What's the limit of the?" And he like starts yanking it hard against your skin. It's like peeling it back.
Ouch.
No, jeez.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of like my skin, but I don't like it.
Well then, I shall see if I even have access to remove curse, which is a 3rd level.
It is. It's a 3rd level spell. I've been waiting to get it specifically. If I can't, because I'm.
Felix, I have bad news.
Oh boy. I'm gonna
I'm
keep the ring for a while.
Pretending to be a cleric, and I don't actually have access to remove curse because it's not a druid spell. He tells you.
Well, you know, wait till I'm level 5, man. That's our best bet.
What does
I can
Lesser
remove it at level
Restoration
5.
do?
I guess we'll wait for that.
Lesser Restoration removes a single condition. That's not a. There's very specifics. I can read off. It's like blindness, poison, deafness. Yeah, blinded, deafness, paralyzed, poisoned.
Okay.
I can just remove a disease or condition in one of those.
I getcha.
Once I get remove curse, we'll be golden. That's level 5. Halfway there.
If you could,
Well,
if you would like, now, this would be a gamble, okay? But some curses let go once the host is dead. What I could do is I could cast Feign Death on you, and try to trick the ring, killing you. The process. You would go into like a coma for about an hour or so. But maybe we could remove it then?
Yeah, I think I'll just, you know, learn to live with it. Rather.
Alright, well that's on the table.
Thanks for your help. Anyway.
No
I
problem.
tried.
He could also try to dispel magic it, but I don't think dispel magic removes curse. I think the remove cursing removes the curse, right?
Well, there once was an addition. There once was an edition where, like, you could remove a item with dispel magic, but you couldn't uncurse an item, and I don't know if that holds true in 5e. That's like a box AD&D thing.
That's specifically what remove curse does now. It's just that's the spell. It doesn't actually get rid of the curse on the item. It's just you're able to unattune to the cursed item, so it's no longer on you.
Okay.
So instead of it being just a part of the game, just like it's a spell now. So once Dizem gets to level 5, Felix will no longer have to wear that ring, but we're gonna kick that can a little further down the road.
Alternatively, if you know who cursed you, Felix, you could slay them with like a sword, preferably. That's normally how curses are
with
defeated
a sword,
in this day and age.
Yeah, but I'll think about it.
Okay. You tell me.
I'll
Keep
give
me
it a
in the loop.
Sure. Well, thanks anyway. I guess I'll take my leaves now.
Yeah. You leave Brogvarsh. You pass Argyle, who's like still watching you with intent.
So was a druid all along?
What?
Oh. Nice.
Okay. As Felix wanders off into the keep, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Hey, Yonsei, what was I supposed to do with this note again?
Oh. Well, you can show it to anyone.
Well, yes, I know I can show it to anyone.
That's just yours to keep. That's an IOU. Kind of.
As far as you know.
Okay. I'll fold up the note and put it back in my bag, I guess.
Here you go. That's for you.
Oh.
I'm sure one day it'll resurface again and become relevant, but till then, it's Yonsei's own funny little internal joke that they've played on you.
You know, that grows with interest.
What?
But yet, there's gonna be interest on that note.
Yeah. No, it doesn't say that on the note. That's not what the note says.
It's like owing someone $10. It's an official note now. It has
Maybe.
interest on it.
It's got like
Who's
30%
to say?
APR.
Who's to say?
In like 3 months, you might own like 50.
Sure. If that's, well, you gotta read the fine script.
After this brief detour of talking to Yonsei, I'm probably past Felix in the hallway, heading towards Brogvarsh's library, I guess.
Yeah. Brogvarsh is super popular today. Oh, okay. Oh, shit, it's Ursale. Brogvarsh will close the door behind you and give you a surprisingly respectable bow, as the civilized nature of being a manservant has sort of washed off on him, more so than any other druid that you are aware of. And he greets you. Hail, champion.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Nice to meet you as well.
I heard that you needed something from me.
From the head priest. Or the head druid, I should say. This is who you heard it from. Yeah, okay. I do. He turns down the music that he is using to obscure most of his words and plays a different one. Ursale, this is a matter of great importance, and upon what you discover, it would have grave ramifications. His Highness, the current king of this country, has ignored certain aspects of our faith. Keeping in, well, I'm sure you are aware that the amount of time the Bear Mother remains in hibernation is getting shorter and shorter over the years under his reign. We fear it is this reason, the insult that is the king not fulfilling his duties of religious matter, of sacrificing proper things to the Bear Mother, is why she is letting the monsters run rampant. We believe the guardian spirits of the forest are distracted by her rage, and the culling of the bear population in such great numbers by his hunters is the reason why our villages have been facing more and more trouble in recent days. I have done what I could and have been observing the king, but his flippancy, his charade of ignorance, I cannot tell if it is genuine or not. And it is not as though I can just go up and ask him, hey, why are you not doing so-and-so rituals? Why are you ignoring the head priest? Or the head druid in our case. We believe his son, though, may be able to get these answers. However, I'm not sure if we could trust him. However, that was my opinion weeks ago. And I have been told you have been in his company since he left.
Yes, it is true that the prince seemed to know relatively little of our traditions when I first met him, but he has shown not only great interest but aptitude in the faith since then.
That is a good sign.
Went on a spirit journey. He saw the Bear Mother herself.
Oh. He survived?
With only scars to show for it. After healing, of course.
I see. That inspires me greatly. I would... Well, I dare not give you orders, for you are the champion of our people. But, if you believe His Highness the Prince is trustworthy, I would like to bring him into this. Into the concerns that his father may not be who he believes him. Or at the most, his ignorance is becoming dangerous. Perhaps too dangerous.
I believe him trustworthy.
Well, I hear he is currently doing something in his little sister's territory, so perhaps when he's back from that.
Sounds good.
Out of the other members of his retinue, are any of them faithful or trustworthy?
I don't trust the foreigners. There's two in the group that are from outside our lands. They don't know our traditions. They don't respect them. I think that perhaps the other two are at least understanding.
I just spoke with Felix before you arrived. He was the member I had the highest faith in terms of his honor and duty to his profession. Followed strangely enough by Yonsei, mostly because they have skin in the game, I suppose.
Yes,
they may not be in line for the throne, but there could be a case argued that they could become the next ruler, unironically, which is why the king is so insanely peeved that the joke may become real.
I believe we are in agreement.
Okay. Then I will ask to shake your hand, O mighty warrior.
I extend my hand forward.
Yeah. He shakes your hand, and with the, well, you guys shook on it. That's all you need to do. To seal the deal, as it were. And I would like to jump to either Yonsei, Daizum, or Snefru.
Mine is very minor. Once Winnie's taken care of and everyone else is going about their business, all he has on the books is to go visit Marco Brennick at the Seneschal's Scriptorium. Just to pop in and say hi.
Hello, how are you? Oh, it's my good friend. Not a gnoblin,
Yeah,
but the gnome. Hello.
Hello. And he just has a social visit with him, trying to keep him in good graces should he get a scroll in he really wants.
Oh. He might just have what you're looking for. Give me 1 second. Marco Brannick, to my memory, is a strange occultist who actually cannot cast any magic himself. He's a weird collector, as it were.
Mm-hmm. A good guy for a wizard to make friends with.
Very good guy. And he has in his possession a special spell that you may truly enjoy. Is it you? I'm pulling it up, but my internet's slow. I'm so sorry, fellas. It's not Fireball. Where is it? Ah, here it is. He has a spell scroll that he has gotten, known as Non-Detection. Now, Non-Detection is a fun little neat spell that allows you essentially to not be magically tracked. It lasts for 8 hours. It requires like 25 gold of diamond dust or whatever the hell. But it could be a target, such as a willing creature, or a physical location, such as a 10-foot box, in any dimension, or so it says. This 3rd level spell can even negate the 5th level scrying spell in its entirety, which makes it a quite powerful abjurative thing. He tells you that he specifically has no use for it, nor can he learn it, obviously, for he's no spellcaster. But he does have this scroll, and if you're interested, he knows you probably don't have the money for it either. He will ask you instead for a favor, or a side quest, really.
Okay.
Are you interested, Snefru?
Snefru's very interested.
I cannot tell you the side quest until you accept the deal, though. It's one of those kinds of things.
I will accept on the specification that I will not betray my order or my morals.
Oh, what are your morals?
We're your friends.
I only kill to protect my ward and myself.
Oh, well, this shouldn't have any killing or, harming of your ward or yourself. Though it shouldn't go against your morals, and I'm glad your morals are so descriptive and easy to write down on paper for future notice. Inside the keep, the castle, there's been a elven book that the king's consort brought with her from Zwan, or was gifted to by her brother. I'm not sure what it was, but I was hoping to get a copy of it. If you could ask her to potentially get a scribe to quickly jot down the notes. I'm such a glutton for information. Whenever I hear of any rare, exotic, or elven books, I immediately get on my hands and knees to prostrate myself and beg them to allow me a copy.
Do you know if this book has a title or what it looks like?
Oh, I don't know its title, for it was quite secretive, but from what I understand, it was given to her at the party that was to celebrate the princess's debut. It could be a picture book for all I know. Wouldn't that be something funny? But I would desperately like to know for certain what kind it is, and if I could snag me a copy.
I will endeavor to get that copy to you, my good friend Marco.
Thank you. And he will keep the scroll until you succeed on your quest, but that is your reward.
Got it.
Okay. We are a minute out from 9 p.m., but I would like to at least, knock some stuff out if everyone has like 10 or so more minutes they could spare. Unless anyone has a hard out, question mark?
I don't.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Dizem or Yancey, any activities you'd like to do?
Yancey just wants to talk to Hunk.
To Hunk?
I forgot he was
Hunkle.
the Hunkle. Yeah.
Oh, the Hunkle. Okay.
How could you forget about Hunkle? And depending on how things go with Hunkle, Yancey might do some pretending to be the prince, to go look for things again.
So this is like a multi-step thing, right?
Yeah. First we start with Hunk, and we figure out where things have gone with the... Because that's Yancey's main focus is King might die, and then that means Gilly becomes the king, which is really stressful, because that means that I have to spend time, dealing with that. And and also a war might happen. Yancey's got like other priorities.
Yes.
That's and Hunk is the only one that's been here that Yancey trusts to have been looking into this properly.
Getcha. What about you, Dizem? I'm trying to do these in shortest to longest in terms of judgment to give the extra time more. It may bleed over into next session because it may be a cool cliffhanger.
I think ours is gonna bleed over.
I'm going to simply, as a simple man, try to craft some alchemical thing as close as I can to being healing quotations. Because although I was told to go talk to the alchemist, he won't tell me anything. So I still gotta try to homebrew this into something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep working on potion making.
Have you tried asking the alchemist nicely?
Yeah, I said please. What do he said? He laughed at me. Didn't even say a word. He laughed at my face.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to take
happened.
his job, essentially. I'm like, hey, can you teach me all of your secret patents and knowledge you've gained over the years? And that is pretty laughable, right?
Really, what you should be doing is saying, do you want to get the prince murdered? That's what you're doing.
I'm going to have this be a 2-part check from you. I want a herbalism kit check, because that's what I assume you're using, yes? Your herbalism kit?
I have the alchemist kit still.
Oh, you... Okay, I know you have training in one, but you don't have the kit in another one. So which one are you proficient in?
Technically, it would be the herbalism kit I'd be proficient in.
Okay. Then that is the tool I want you to use, because that is how you essentially... Actually, do you even have that tool proficiency?
I have a proficiency with one of my kits. I don't know...
It sure doesn't say that on your character sheet.
I love Roll20. All of its beautiful little...
Is it a forgery kit? Is that the kit you have?
Didn't you take, like, an additional language and not a tool proficiency during character creation?
Nope. I did not take an additional language.
How do you know
it just doesn't show what I have. That was because I don't know another language.
That's your religion, right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the exact amount of languages I should. I just legitimately do not have the correct kit on. Which I guess after the session I will look back into that and try to fix that.
We'll revisit the mechanics of making a healing potion. I want you to give me a medicine and an arcana check then. Those are the 2 checks. For you are trying to essentially invest healing magic in a solid medium that can be consumed or applied.
Yeah. Well, first do Arcana, 'cause that's my worst.
Go pretty good.
Not bad.
Not terribly. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And
And then a medicine check. Okay.
Pretty good.
At one point, you have the epiphany that you're going about this all wrong. Your skills aren't based on brewing or, like, extracting essences of stuff like that. It is combining weird shit. You remember your collaboration with Snefru, where he focused in on the more detailed, precise work, or alchemy in this case, while you focused on the magical part. And as you think about, like, how to invest your raw healing magic into a thing, right? You've already demonstrated that you can channel your divinity, your strange healing inks and liquids, your slimes and goops. It clicks. I can make a healing salve instead. A gelatinous, rubbable vapor rub contraption that I can channel my healing energies into, and then apply them onto someone when they're not paying attention. Yes, this is much better, Dyson. You're starting to get like a divine font in your mind of like, oh, let's try this. And as you prototype this over a day or two, we don't need to go into such specifics. While you're trying to figure out how to do this, spending some magic, spending some time, maybe spending 50 to 25 gold. Let's say 25 for right now, just as a base material cost. You will make a special kind of ointment called, assumedly, Dizem's ointment.
Dizem's Die Less.
Dizem's
Die
Die
Less.
Less.
The die less.
Which we will play with whenever you wish to apply it onto someone or something. Please add one use of Dizem's Die Less underneath Dizem's Die Some. Okay. Are you satisfied with that, Mr. Dizem?
Very. Like I said, later after this, I will go to my sheet, try to figure out.
Yeah, we'll
what's
do
happening
some
with it.
backwards math to
'Cause
see what you got.
I should
what
have
you
a proficiency.
You might not get it. You might be thinking of a different class. So we'll do that together. Okay. Pneumolia, Hunkle, as he is now known, is investigating. He's a shadow on many a wall, Yancey. How are you going about finding him? You are...
I think you're muted, Hin.
Sorry. Yancey did not think it would be hard to find him. So I guess Yancey just kind of like wanders around where their aunt lives, and eventually we just start yelling out his name, you know?
You pass.
Like, you know,
your
walk around.
aunt. Just sprinting through
Yeah.
the hallway.
Have fun.
Oh, hi. You start searching for Hunkle / Pneumolia, looking to find him. Give me, I suppose, just an investigation check for funsies, or perception if you want. As you try to, like, stumble into him, essentially.
18?
18's pretty good. Let's see what he rolls. Oof. You're walking around. You're making your presence known. Chances are, if he really, really wanted to stay hidden, you would not be able to find him. He's, like, not a legendary warrior by any means, but he is kind of an assassin, right? He stalks demons in a wasteland and then brings their scalps back to show his father.
Mm-hmm.
He's a weirdo for sure. As you make your presence known, however, going through the areas you last, essentially spoke with him in, Whether it be the queen, like, sending a message to him, being like, hey, I saw Yonsei in the hallway, or whether he has some kind of servant or spy feeding him information, when you are heading to bed during the night, or maybe you're already
to bed.
in your bed chambers.
Looked for him all day.
Yeah. He's actually underneath the covers, pretending to be asleep, just like like, he sits up Undertaker style and asks you, what do you want?
My god, dude. First of all, I hope you're clean, alright? It's been a long journey. I don't feel like shedding my bed sheets off right now.
Yes.
Okay? Second of all, we're related to each other. You know, you don't need to be suspicious of me looking for you. Alright, third of all, how's the investigation going? How's that thing looking for the guy, for the evil shapeshifter? And is it the king? You don't have to answer out loud. Just give me like a look with your eyes, and I'll know.
Give me an insight check immediately.
Yonsei just like staring very deeply into his eyes. And that's 20.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
He stares into your eyes for a moment. Your weird uncle, strange as he is, fully dressed, wearing armor and a longbow in your bed. You see, he's even got his shoes on, and they're dirty and muddy. Your sheets are trashed. Worse yet, you look around your room and realize he's been using your room in your absence as a forward operating base. Fob, if you will. You immediately start to piece together the puzzle. But you also see inside his eyes that he is I don't know how to put this gently, but he completely forgot about the shapeshifter and has been pursuing his own objective this entire time.
That's because no one told him about the shapeshifter. Now he knows there's one. He's learning about it for the first time right now.
Did no one tell you?
Could it have been a demon in disguise? I have a lead on the demon.
You have a lead on a demon. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. What about the fucking shapeshifter, man?
I don't know. Is there supposed to be a shapeshifter here?
Did no one tell you about this? Yes!
Clearly nobody told me about this.
Oh, God. All right. So, step 1, I guess, is we learned about a shapeshifter, and step 2 is someone's trying to kill the king, and we think it's the shapeshifter, but I guess it might also be your demon. Did we really not tell you about this before we left?
Apparently we did not. I have no memory.
I really feel like the shapeshifter was like on your radar.
What if the person you told about the shapeshifter was in disguise of me, and you told the shapeshifter, me, that you're looking for a shapeshifter, and thus he was clued in?
Well, I didn't tell you. I just thought maybe someone.
Wait, what if I'm the shapeshifter right now?
What if you're the shapeshifter?
This is horrible operational security, Yonsei. You're in danger. I could easily kill you right here and right now.
This is why I left home. You guys are like this all the time.
Demons
laying in my bed, not wiping your shoes off at the door. Savages!
Pneumonia is insane. Just crazy. As soon as you bring up, like, conspiracies, he's not only 100% in it, he's already propagating different ones you've never imagined. Including bringing suspicion onto himself, right?
This is why you're the guy for the job, but also the worst person I want to talk to right now.
I'm not going to lie, Yonsei. I feel like you, my sister, my nephew and niece are in mortal peril. Did you know that Niord is planning to invade?
You don't say anything else.
I'm fairly certain one of you told me about that as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe you didn't. No?
Mhm.
I mean, if you ask any, like, really crazy Livistian guy, they'd be telling you that Njord is invading every day and right now, actually.
Yes, but here's the thing. I tracked the demon to Alian, the weird place where that one guy got murdered. I believe his name was Siegfried or Sebastian or Sevastopol.
The one that was murdered by a shapeshifter?
I don't know if they were murdered by a shapeshifter, but I tracked the demonic taint to that area. I could find a servant of a demon.
You get really close to taints? Never mind.
Don't make a joke of this, Yonsei. Corruption's very real, and you should be aware of it. You grew up in
I'm aware, alright.
Swan. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I will be blunt.
I'm sorry, Hunkle. Continue.
What's up, Rube?
It was Dimitri.
Dimitri, thank you. Nemolia backtracks. I believe you're in danger right now, Yonsei. Aside from being invaded by your northern neighbors and this country's ancient enemies, at least for the past century or so, the king is sussy. You know, he's got this
Sussy.
certain smell about him. Every time I question his decisions, things become muddied. Things become impossible, or nigh impossible, to find the truth of anything. It's almost as if there is a constant veil of deception being played on myself, my sister, and, I assume, her children. For instance, this Uncle Gunner character, the spy master, I have no information able to verify he even existed at all. And although that is a cute thing, for instance, a spy master to have, everybody has to sleep. Even we elves and half-elves do. Although we meditate or do little mental tricks not to, go into full REM mode. How can this man exist but not have any belongings, any properties, any business trails? Additionally, this halfling mafia that I've heard so much about, which apparently runs this riverways, is a non-existent, but also nearly omnipotent force. It is strange to say the least, and as you and I both know, halflings are supposed to be harmless creatures who enjoy eating good food and other sorts of rudimentary pleasantries. Not stabbing someone in the
Racist
back.
opinions there, but okay, continue.
I'm just telling you the fantastical tropes that Tolkien gave me, okay? Not murderers who are planning to butcher anyone who finds out about their cabal of river merchants. Lastly, recently I've discovered that this Njord invasion is planned to occur. However, I have found several messages between a certain Lord Killigan, as if that's not on the nose, and, how should I say it? The king, that is hinting at certain aspects of their operations in Njord territory. Now, I know not if Lord Killigan is just getting sanctioned, or state-sanctioned, for harassing and outright raiding your ancient enemies, but this war might not be as unjustified by your current enemies as one may expect. In fact, if this was brought up by Njordians that Livistio provoked the war, it would not trigger our defensive pact between Zwan and Livistio. They could declare war, have it be justified, and we of Zwan would not be obligated to defend our southern neighbors.
Never have I received such firm confirmation that we're related before, because I've literally had all of these thoughts, but I haven't been here So I don't know if that's a testament to my own abilities or just a sign that. Well, you didn't have the information I had. You found this out all on your own.
Our country's
Congratulations.
people have been trained since birth to be paranoid schizophrenics who see conspiracies everywhere because demons love conspiracies and honestly fuck with our minds to keep them in order. Yes, we are all like
It's genetic?
It's not just genetic, it is a trained and learned behavior we have been propagating since Lord Swan took office 1,000 years ago.
So it's why you guys would always jump out behind, like, walls and scream at me when I was a child?
And make you second guess yourself of who you were or if you were even alive, yes.
Oh my god.
Remember when we, as a prank, you and your cousins told you that you were actually a ghost inhabiting the body of a dead relative?
Yes, yeah, I do recall that, yeah.
Yes.
I have so many nightmares about that.
That was part of your training, and you failed.
I cried! That's not a failure, that's a normal reaction.
Yes, but you didn't actually believe you were a ghost.
Of course not.
You were supposed to doubt yourself. You must constantly doubt yourself.
I'm too confident for this. Hang on, 1 second. Let me reorganize my thoughts.
Alright.
Yes, we're going to war with Njord. Well, maybe. I hope it doesn't happen. Yes, the king is acting sussy. We know that. We kind of knew about the thing happening in the one place with the one guy that died, but we thought it was a shapeshifter. I don't know if it's a demon or not. The spy master is dead, we think. He was in Njord, the in-between area between Njord and here, where they found his horse. So he might be missing. He might be dead. Who's to know? He's a spy master. Sometimes he just disappears.
Exactly. He could have faked his death.
Exactly. I know about Killigan. I just found that out. You'd be really proud of me, actually. I got that information out of them, just kind of willy-nilly. They have been going over there and, like, plundering people and stealing all their shit. And apparently have been doing it with the king's permission. So we're vibing here. We're on the same page. Yes. Are you sure you're not the shapeshifter? You're not just telling me all this to confirm what I already know? Oh my god, it is genetic. What if I'm the shapeshifter and I'm leading everyone astray with my jokes and my chaos?
You would have attacked me once you saw that I was prone in your bed for that half round. You would have rolled initiative immediately. Too bad I'm alert and can't.
Well, I was really upset about the boots, but I held myself back. Okay. I don't know what to do with this information. Usually this is where, like, Gilly comes in and he, like, says something really smart about what we should do next. So I'm more of the kind to just kind of, like, sit on stuff until it becomes convenient. But I feel like maybe I shouldn't do that this time. Yes.
I want you to tell me honestly, in your gut reaction,
in my
without
gut,
any
reaction.
question,
No,
or rather, without. I need an answer within a single second. Okay, so be prepared.
1 second, I got you.
You
I'm
must
ready.
name me one person out of everyone you have met, and this time you have been in the court for. I don't know how long you've been here because I lost track of you, but however long you've been here. Who is the most suspicious person you have met? You have 1 second.
Byron. But the guy.
Byron?
What's his name?
Bryce Bronson?
Bryson.
Investigate him. Trust your gut, Yonsei. You are from Zwan. This is.
But they're all suspicious, man!
I believe in you, Yonsei.
Please don't.
If you find out that they're a demon, by obligation, I must go through the evidentiary chain. But you are beholden by no such law. Trust your gut, Yonsei.
Nah.
And if you can't find evidence, make evidence. That's how we stay ahead of the demons.
It sounds like you're telling me to commit fraud of some kind. I'm unsure.
Yonsei, all fiends, they play by the rules. It's their rules, but it's still rules. The only way you can defeat a demon is by being a rule breaker.
Okay.
It's true. They don't have imagination.
I love this. I love that I'm being taught to be an anarchist now.
It's so weird. They have like a
Natural.
tyrant or a king that they follow, and it's like,
Yeah.
don't trust governments, don't trust anyone in them.
Wow,
he
this is great.
stands up from your bed, stands on top of your bed where his muddy boots can get even more, and then he will do a full-blown front flip to land in front of you, press his nose up quite close to you, and stare into your eyes, Yonsei, and will tell you, I'm proud of you. Now go fabricate things and see what happens when you lie to them. And then he'll dab and then leave the room.
And so it's like crying, just I've been accepted by the family. He said he was proud of me.
The door is
And he
closed.
got mud on my bed. It was very upsetting, but
Argyle will like hear the commotion in the moment that the door is open because he lives like right down the hall from you. You live like
yeah.
Wait, you live outside. No, he won't. He won't hear any of this. Never mind. I completely forgot where you live. You're not the prince.
Yet.
Yeah, not yet. Oh. Okay. Glynis, I think we can knock out the management of these mercenaries. And I want to give you a quick update that Malo and most of her, well, she's not there, but most of her band is at the duchy pretending to be monster hunters and have more or less exterminated all of the monsters in that area. Just by being present. They've either literally killed them or their presence has like pushed them out. So when 10 people show up, 10 longbowmen specifically, these mostly martial melee characters are like, hell yeah, long range support, let's go.
Excellent.
10 longbowmen are quite useful. Just to have on hand.
I want to get like a temperature check of everybody. Make sure like morale is not cratering now that like all the goblins are dead and they're just like sitting with their thumb up their butt for a month. And maybe I go around and like personally like fire up the troops a little bit. I give them the whole inspiring talk. Like I just like as an action I can inspire people. This is like a trait that my character has. And so like maybe since a whole day went by and we're not needing to talk to Pneumolia anymore, probably. I think I have the time to do that. So like I like give find the person that Tafina put in command. I'm like, these men are here to join the cause. They've come from the Jacobes. I will leave them under your command here while I attempt to suss out the shapeshifter in the court, and like you're doing an excellent job. And then like yes, you are my men here,
Kamehameha style, just evaporate.
No, I look at him. No, I look at him and I say, yes. In fact, this is why the nature of my dealings with the Count took the form that they did. You are my men here. By proxy, so it is. You should know what we are up against.
Yes.
The Neordians have sent this demon into our court, and intend to invade. You are here to prepare yourselves for that invasion.
Yes. This man will inform you that he has not been static, doing fucking nothing, and sitting on his ass.
Yeah.
Tafina is a very proactive leader, and she is she has 100% faith in the people she leads, which is kind of rare, especially in Bolia. And they in turn have like immense faith in her. They are a small, elite, very well trusted band amongst themselves. So you're essentially being brought into that circle slowly. And he will explain that he has sent already scouts to go up the northern river into the wilderness, essentially, and relay information of when this is coming.
Excellent.
So you will have warning, probably when they're on their way. Whatever little warning a single runner can get. It's not like they have magical items or a spellcaster to cast sending after all.
Excellent. He gives me this rundown, like, things are going great, morale seems high. I'm like, yes, good. I maybe, like, don't need to fire them up as much as I can, but I will give their leader one of the, like, pendants that I made for my friend group, and be like, or, like, something similar, with my crest on it. And I say, should you need my attention or services in the capital, bring this to me, and I will know that you are trusted and not an enemy hidden inside the court. And I will come at once to figure out what you may need.
Understood.
I'm thrilled by the fact that there are people here under command doing good shit. I drop off the mercenaries. I'm feeling great, actually. And I'm like, all right, I guess I got a rendezvous to talk to Nemolia. This will be interesting. I will inform him that there's a shapeshifter. And then
you find
start making our way back.
Yeah. Assumedly, Yonsei will fill you in. However, I would like to end our session here for when the party is gathered to re-up on information and the happenings of these past couple days, as well as coalesce and, get your next bearing. A summons from the king will be had to you and your group. And we're going to leave that summons up in the air until next week when we meet again. Guys, thank you so much for playing with me. I'm going to calculate experience. We can do the reputation or go over the reputation if you all would like. Or, we can just compliment each other and, say good things about one another, which is kind of why we did that. Whoever wants to start, I'm going to be calculating quest experience.
Awesome.
Start, anyone. Not all of us.
Good job all around, team. I feel like, once again, we have not ruined ourselves or our reputations. I mean, that's always round of applause, everyone. We did our job, we did it well, and we didn't die doing it.
True.
That's the most important part.
Hell yeah.
That's what
enemies.
I think that there is reputation handout, though, because one Yonsei went above and beyond on the boat and put together a, conspiracy that could threaten the wartime action, right, on her own, and then confirmed it with a secondary source inside the capital. I don't know. That was very vital information that Yonsei, he went on his own to go get and acquired. That is a very ambitious thing to do. I think that's worth reputation in my book.
Absolutely.
Take it. I'll take it.
Go ahead and take it. Because I'm almost done.
I will say, I think Glynis gets a point of honor for warning the Paladins of Divinus about the incoming tidal wave. It's a very honorable thing to do.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Very true.
I'll take that.
I think Ursali gets something. I don't know if it should be ambition or what, because I don't know exactly where Ursali's loyalties lie, but of doing this whole kind of sussing out the next king kind of thing. Is he good? Is he trustworthy? Is he?
I mean, I feel like I didn't really do much of that in this episode. It was just the report back on my findings part of it.
Yeah, but we're getting more information. And I think this is furthering along your personal mission to make us more right with the Bear Mother. Although the xenophobia, there's a xenophobia one. I think one for xenophobia for
Well, to be fair, I have my reasons. They made that cursed blade like right out there in front of me.
Yeah.
But the king,
we
but
were
the prince
asking
asked them to.
We didn't just like walk out and decide like let's make this today. We're like that was our job. King looked at us and said, "You guys make a cursed blade." We're like,
We had
Got it,
fun
boss.
doing it.
Well, I guess if we have to.
We met Killigan. That is worth relationship XP. Anyone else? I'm almost done here.
I'd like to shout out to Felix's Red Bull. I'm so glad he could be with us tonight.
I'm too. Thanks for staying up late and getting caffeinated.
All good, no worries.
+1 to caffeine.
I would really like, if we can, to like, I don't know how best to do this, but I feel like the last little trip around the world has been very Glynis focused. I've been making like a bunch of just calls for the party. I was very glad Yonsei did some stuff on the boat that like was awesome. I'd love to try to like push you guys into doing something, and I don't know what that would be, but like I'd like to see if we can center y'all a little bit. So if you think about it, like if you want to grab the reins in the capital and do something, like I would.
I mean, Snefru's got his
full
own
support.
mission that he's doing.
That is true. He
That
did
is
find a
going
book mission.
potentially going up against the.
Yeah. No, fair enough. That if he goes through with that, that's pretty sick too. But I mean, like, I want to like vocally support you guys doing your own thing for a little while. I can like meditate in a river and or like come along and help. But I that would be awesome, I think.
You can help, you say.
Oh my. Oh no.
I think Felix needs to get this ring off of his finger before
Fifth level.
terrible things happen.
I mean, at least I discovered that High Priest isn't really a priest, but more like
You
mood,
tried.
apparently.
You tried.
the
If only the bear
High
mother
Priest-
wasn't the only, you know. If only.
Yeah,
Just saying.
our
Was
clerics
it-
are druids and our paladins are barbarians. That's the nation we are.
Honestly, it's kind of rude of D&D 5e to not, keep that in mind. That sometimes druids are clerics of nature.
Guys, are you ready for experience?
Ignoring nature clerics.
There is
Man.
a circle of nature in clerics.
Listen, I said ignoring.
Guys,
guess it's
please
nature
take home
debate.
in total 700 flat experience points for completing
Wow.
a quest known as
700.
obtaining a truce for Divinius. That could have gone a different way of starting a war with Divinius. So good job there. You could have assassinated them. We could have spent all of his time drowning in a river. We could have killed Felix by killing him with a river. What's up, Beyonce?
Just for future, reference, do we get more or less experience points for starting wars?
About the same.
I
You know-
actually have the answer to that. John did say, and these are his exact words, if we were to kill all those people, we would have gotten a lot of XP.
You would have gotten combat experience, right? I can't reward
You said it was a
combat
lot.
experience for not going into combat. Or even, making them admit defeat, right? If they had run away, even if you had only killed one guy of that group and everyone else escaped, I would have still given you, full experience for the entire group. But we didn't really engage with that aspect. However, it's not always about being a murder hobo and maximizing murderous gains, right? We have an avenue for peace potentially with Divinius. You've
What
opened a
if
window.
What if we start a war between two separate countries that doesn't have anything to do with us, but is helpful to us?
And we just farm
Ooh.
XP while our armies fight. Like, wow, I'm leveling up a lot.
Everybody, welcome to my sending spell where I tell you about how to earn passive XP.
Yeah.
A YouTube tutorial.
3 easy
for
steps. Buy my book. It's 4
Uh,
gold. Buy my book. Knowledge.
part of this was quest development as well. You guys are continuingly to unweave this wicked web that I have woven. By interacting with the people you are essentially delegating to, like, figure shit out for you all, so that you can decide on how to act. It's very royalty of you all. Information is brought to you, and you decide on how you wish to act on it, or how you wish to blow it off. It's great stuff. You got roleplay experience, because we always do roleplay experience. And then, of course, character/relationship discoveries. This time we lucked into Killigos on the river. You guys could have just snuck past him, thought he was like one of your father or the king's henchmen, and just kind of kept your heads down. But no, you addressed them, you investigated them, and lo and behold, you were able to beat Nemolia to his info dump, figuring shit out on your own. So good job there. Guys, what reputation do I gain? That's what I want to know. You guys get reputation.
Tyranny for
one.
sure. For sure, tyranny.
Plus one.
One in
Tyranny
conniving.
Conniving.
Based. Okay. Any shoutouts before we head on out for this night?
Not just Smiling Sam. He's out there somewhere doing his best.
Good old Smiling Sam, bro.
Shout out to Argyle. I'm very suspicious of him because he keeps showing up or trying to.
Yeah.
weird
After that
old
interaction, I
men
was like,
trying
"Oh
to be
God, I said the wrong name. I should have said Argyle or the king."
Guys,
You
I'll take out Argyle if it needs to happen.
You'll take him out.
I'm
So
ready.
we like
If
Smiling
you give
Sam,
him some
we don't
die
like
sum, he might
Argyle.
die all the way. Like he's the one person will die sum will kill.
Oh. Okay. Then why don't we call it here? Everyone, have a good afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. And, see you next week. Woo!
Don't die.
Bye.
Bye.